I've never done the intro, but I bet you couldn't tell. And here's Coach Crandall.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, mix it up a little bit.
That's good. It's always good. It's always good to try to mix up the intro. You know?
Yeah.
Try to do it different every time.
It is.
I had it's the first time it's just been the three of us, and I had a panic attack 5 seconds into your noises where I was like, "Oh fuck, it's me! I have to do it! Oh fuck! Wait, what does he do? Does he go da-da, or does it oh god?" And
it's like you're in the play, or it's like you're going on stage. You're like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Just like, get out there.
Thankfully, it's the only song that the NFL has as a theme song for 70 years. So everyone and they play it as much as often as they can.
It's not the official NFL theme. I actually I was interested the other day. I was like, what do we sing at the start? It's just Monday Night Football's theme. Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Oh, is it specifically Monday Night Football?
Specifically Monday Night Footballs.
Well, it's funny because I heard that theme on a basketball game, and I was like, wait a second, that's not. You can't do that.
Yeah,
that's just it's ESPN's
thing. Yeah.
Because everybody
we're just been jacking ESPN specifically.
Yeah, no, that's Disney. We kind of fucked up on our selection.
Yeah, we need to.
Is there an NFL theme?
Yes, I looked it up. It's what is it? I don't remember, but is it like dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun?
Oh yeah, that one's pretty good.
Those, old timey.
That might be, but that might be.
Yeah,
might be Fox's though. I don't actually.
Fox was the one that's like da 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 da.
Oh yeah, pretty good. Honestly, the NFL themes are pretty good.
Yeah. They are good. I am a big fan.
I like the Fox one.
It's also just because those themes have been, I don't know, forever.
Yeah,
right?
when
would they
forever.
even make them?
Yeah,
they just.
And
I don't know. They're so fitting.
Sunday night's always like wait all day for Sunday night.
Yeah. That's the worst one.
Yeah, it's the worst one.
Because it also is unfortunately tradition in that they've been running it for how many fucking years now? 20 years they've been doing the wait.
Well, it was originally the big one was the Monday night one, but then the guy did a racism, and they were like, we're not going to use this anymore. So.
The Cowboy man.
I don't remember. Oh right, yeah. I didn't know he did racism.
He'd be
a little racism as a
That's what happened. Well, hopefully Sheryl Crow is found out to be racist too.
Yeah, so we can get rid of that one, and then
the CBS one, isn't it like? Oh yeah, it's like.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
And then I think NFL Network's just like nothing.
Well, they might use the original NFL theme. I don't know.
I don't think they do. Yeah, the Fox one I think is my favorite.
Yeah, that one's good.
That's the one.
So anyway, this is a football podcast.
We are talking about football. Yeah.
I mean, technically, it happens in every game.
Yeah.
What we're talking about here.
It does. So yeah, football news. We had
football news.
Yeah, big news. So first we had J.J. Watt is retiring. Probably because we were mentioning before the show, Apollo's saying he has a child now, and he's probably like, dude, I'd want to live.
Yep. Yeah. Time to live life with my millions of dollars and mitigate as much CTE buildup as possible.
Yep. Yeah. And also he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. So he doesn't have anything.
People don't remember, but he was shaping up to be the best defensive player ever. Yeah. He was looking like he was going to be the best defensive player of all time until he got injured. And then he just got injured again and again and again, and it just kind of and now he's just really, really good instead of one of the best of all time.
I mean, if you guys never watched him play in his prime, his move, his signature thing was the ball swatting. That was the That is. I mean, he was great at everything else. I mean, he's great at sacking the quarterback and all that normal. But in particular, he would. I don't know. It was just whenever you would see a JJ Watt game, he would be swatting down 2 or 3 passes a game.
Yeah. He
was otherworldly at the time.
In 2012, he had 20.5 sacks.
Wow.
Then he had 10.5 in 2013. Then he had 20.5 again in 2014, and then 17.5 in 2015, and then the injuries started to hit. And then in 2018, he actually had 16 sacks. That was kind of like his resurgence year, and then ever since then, he's just kind of not been the same
player.
Yeah. In fact, he hasn't played a full season since 2020, and prior to that, it was like 2018, and he had 2 seasons where he only played 8 games combined in 2 years. So,
it's not worth it. I mean, he's made his money. He's going to get a
both.
jacket.
I mean, unfortunately, TJ Watt is seeming like he's going to go down the same path because like he gets injured in the first game, and it wasn't like a bad hit. He just is trying to be a superhuman. Like he was trying to do like a crazy like arm tackle thing, and he just ripped his arm, like his bicep or whatever, out of just tore it. Or it was a chest injury. I forget what muscle that is, but he pec, I think, his pecs.
Pectoral,
yeah, just literally tore it trying to move his arm. It's like that, like I hate to say it, but if you keep doing that, you're gonna do the same thing your brother did. Like you're gonna hurt yourself too much.
And then the other big news is the Broncos have finally fired Nathaniel Hackett.
Can we go back in time to, what was it, like week 1 or week 2, when we were literally, after that one game that was so poorly coached, we were just like, he should be fired, like now. Yeah. Imagine if they had actually done it. Like that was the right decision. It wasn't an overreaction. He should have been fired then and there.
And and that you bring up a good point, because that is interesting, right? Because Nathaniel Hackett. Okay, so to put it into perspective, coaches don't usually get fired in the first year. I mean, it really is pretty rare. I could probably count on one hand the amount of coaches that I've watched over the 10 plus years I've been watching football of getting fired in their first year. Urban Meyer last year was like an obvious one, but like usually it's not for something like this where he's just like, wow, you're so fucking bad that we need to get rid of you. And so, like, on the one hand, it's kind of like, maybe he should have gotten more of a chance. But on the other hand, on this podcast, as Apollo just mentioned, we were like, after one game, we were all like, yeah, this guy stinks. What the hell's happening? So I don't know. It's weird.
It's rumored that they wanted Hackett there to lure Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Because he was our offensive coordinator last year. They were like great friends. And then there's all the Aaron Rodgers trade rumors. And so they were like, hey, Aaron Rodgers, look at this. We got one of your good friends as the coach. You want to come here? And then he was like, actually, no, I don't. And they were like, oh.
Oopsie.
We'll get Russell Wilson. And then he's, doing high knees. And they're like, oh, Jesus.
Denver, this will go down in history as one of the most catastrophic seasons of football for a team, like in terms of management ever.
That's horrible. I mean, it's
unreal.
It's amazing that it happened, frankly. I mean, I do like, look, I know people have been enjoying shitting on Russell Wilson all year, but I do kind of hope that like he returns to form a little bit after Nathaniel Hackett's gone. You know what I mean?
I think he'll get better. Like I don't think so.
I mean, and I don't know. I think the NFL's more fun with a good Russell Wilson because he's fun to watch. I think.
I'm looking at I'm trying to find their draft picks. Because right now they have a first rounder from the 49ers through the Dolphins from the Bradley Chubb trade. Mm-hmm. And then they have 2 third rounders and then 4, 5, 6. So I think the Bradley Chubb trade was them being like, guys, if we don't do this, we're not going to have any draft picks till the 3rd round. But
man,
it's not good. And then all the linemen, there's like a big thing with the linemen like yelling at each other. Like the players are fighting.
He was yelling at Brett Ripien.
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. In fairness, I was reading about that. Apparently, it was like a misunderstanding. Brett Ripien came to him and he was like, came to the line and he was like, "Hey, you got to pick up Russ after he gets tackled." And then that guy apparently misheard him and thought he said something about like giving up sacks.
Oh,
and then they got heated, and then apparently they made up. So it's a sports game. They get heated.
That's fine. That's understandable.
It's a shitty fucking team too, right? I mean, they're losing constantly.
Yeah.
Like I can imagine if you're
edge.
the old like you're losing constantly, and if somebody comes up to you and points out to you, if you're already stressed out, like you're the one that's doing it. If you hear it that way,
Yeah.
it'd be. Yeah.
Especially because Russell Wilson is the most sacked quarterback in the National Football League.
Yeah.
He's been sacked 49 times.
And what's funny is I was also reading that the pressure rate, though, is way lower.
Yeah, I heard that too. So it's like part of it's just him not getting rid of the ball.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you read that stat.
They don't really have a running game.
Yeah.
And their receivers seem like there's Jerry Jeudy, and then actually all their other receivers got hurt. I forgot, like Tim Patrick was really good. He got hurt for the year. There was Cortland Sutton, and he got hurt.
Yeah.
So I think it's just been a shitstorm of like everything going wrong that can go wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, it can't get any worse, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Honestly, I don't think it could.
Oh.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of it hitting rock bottom, we didn't mention this, but I linked it in our Discord group. I don't know if you guys watched this game on the.
Oh, you're gonna talk about Patrick Star. Are
I'm
you?
gonna talk about Patrick Star on the Nickelodeon football broadcast.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta save that for when we get to the game. Save it for the game.
Oh, okay, all right.
That's a whole
Fair
thing
enough.
in its own.
Fair enough.
That's gonna go down in history for many
little
years.
foreshadowing for you. We're going to be talking about the SpongeBob SquarePants universe and how it pertains to American football.
God, I love the Nickelodeon games, man. They're like the best.
Honestly, it was mostly unwatchable. Like it was just it's just horrible. There's like 3 people who have no improv training trying to improv with a voice actor who's like not. I mean, it's just.
Oh yeah.
This is the most of the broadcast.
And then we had Tom Brady saying when he retires this time, he won't come back. So I guess that just means he's probably going to come back again because he'll be like, well, I'm not retiring. I'm going to a different team.
It does sound like he is going to be moving teams next year, which is going to cause a whole other shitstorm of off-season drama. I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
Does he go back to the Patriots? Oh.
Does he go to the Dolphins at this point?
I mean, I know people have said that he might go to the Jets, which would be
something.
But again, like I don't know that literally would be just pouring glass down Bill Belichick's throat. Like it's just.
I mean, if he's
I think he hates
spiteful against them, maybe he would.
I mean, hopefully he wants to spite him. That would be pretty nice.
It would. I saw a funny post. Someone said if Sam Darnold wins out, he will beat out Tom Brady for the division title. Exactly what the Jets drafted him to do.
Yep.
That's pretty funny.
I'm happy to see Sammy D's thriving.
Yep. So then we had football games. Starting with
did we?
The good old New York Jets getting shit on by the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first place Jacksonville Jaguars.
This was a game where
it was not a game.
I thought the Jets. Well, let me finish my sentence. I thought the Jets would win because of their defense, and Zach Wilson is bad. We all agree.
Yes.
This is a level of bad we could not have been prepared for. I don't think.
Yeah.
This was career-endingly bad. He is done. I don't see him playing or starting ever again in this league. If anyone has a brain, he's just bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, So I'll give you the little rundown in case you didn't watch the Thursday night game because it was a bad one. Wasn't any fun to watch. It was a classic same old Jets game, and Zach Wilson ended up getting pulled for Chris Streveler, who
played well.
Yeah, he did play pretty well. Yeah. But he literally cannot throw the football. Like, he can't throw an NFL
I'm
going to
be honest, dude. It was 16-3 or whatever, or 13-3, and the Jets were driving, and then they were doing a fourth down, and fucking Streveler threw a beautiful pass to fucking Michael Carter? Who was it? Corey Davis.
Corey Davis, yeah.
And he fucking dropped it. And it would have been a first down.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful pass.
And he had another
classic Corey
and
Davis
the ball
move.
got kicked out.
Oh God, out of Garrett Wilson's hand. Yeah, no, that actually was like that was like an omen for me, because I was like, oh, I see. This is a Jets game. That's what this is. That's what I should be prepared, because that happened pretty early. Where the ball just, because it's not even like it's a foul, by the way, if you do that, but it was accidental, so
There was
Streveler.
That Streveler drive, I was gonna say, was like going real well, and then the referee was like, "Hold on," and then he like replaced the ball, and then everything just like fell apart.
Oh yeah, that moment was so weird.
Yeah,
they snapped the ball, and the ref just was like, "Whoa," and then they just put the ball back down. I was like, "Okay, now you can go," and then they changed the play after that, so it fucked their momentum.
No, they changed it to a shotgun play, and it did not go well. And that was annoying, and that is the kind of, it's one of those things. And I don't know, maybe a lot of I feel like every fan does feel this way, but I don't know. If you watch shitty teams, you'll see that refs hate shitty teams, and they want to fuck with them for some reason. I don't know. That's been my experience, but maybe it's like, being a Jets victim. But what I'll say is, like, Streveler did play well for considering what he needed to do. But the thing is, like, you saw how he threw the ball. He looked like Tim Tebow, right? Yeah. I mean, he can't really throw an NFL football. However, despite that, was playing better than fucking Zach Wilson.
It is an insane indictment of a quarterback that a significantly worse quarterback stepped in, and in one drive had more yards and a way better completion percentage, and honestly, the offense and crowd lit up when he was like playing.
You feel the energy.
It's like I said, it's career ending for Zach Wilson.
No, Zach Wilson, he was getting booed the whole time, and I mean, look, he played real fucking bad. I mean, it's just this was like the last week, but worse. It was like all the things that just, he just can't. It's the thing that's frustrating is like you're saying, not just Streveler, but every other fucking QB on this roster has shown that they can run this offense better than our second overall pick. The second overall pick!
It's honestly like a conspiracy. I've been reading more about it like the last few days. The fact that his draft skyrocketed at the end. And everyone's been looking back and going, why did this happen? This shouldn't have happened. Why did this guy's draft value?
Can I give you my tinfoil hat theory on this one?
Yeah, okay. Sure.
Look, I'm not saying this is what happened.
Right.
I don't know, and I'm not. Look, I'm not.
I'm not saying.
I'm not saying. If you gave me the information, let's just say I wouldn't be surprised.
Right.
But no. Here's what I see happening. Justin Fields, obvious number 2, whole draft course, right? All the media is like, yeah, Justin Fields, obviously Justin Fields. Then. What do you know? We've got Zach Wilson coming into the draft, nephew of the owner of JetBlue, a magnate of airline enterprises, and what do you know? JetBlue, longtime sponsor of the New York Jets. That's interesting. So let's say, hypothetically, Woody Johnson comes over to makes a deal with the JetBlue guy. Says, hey, yeah, get my Zach Wilson up the board. You're up there at number 2. And then what can Woody Johnson do? He could go to all the reporters behind closed doors and be like, hey, you want to get a scoop? Zach Wilson's flying up the board. He's going to number 2. And then all of a sudden, all the media hype's going around Zach Wilson for a while. Because I mean, that is now. Here's the aspect of it that is partially true. That last bit where we know that the owners and the NFL do have back channels to media in order to report things before they happen. In particular, we've seen Adam Schefter, but this happens a lot of the other times. Now, I know that's probably silly. And it's probably just that Joe Douglas made a bad pick, but it could be a conspiracy.
I choose to believe.
Yeah, I think JetBlue.
I also think that's even more funny for the Bears to have done this so that they could get Justin Fields instead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing too is that it's not even Zach Wilson was the only one taken before Justin Fields. Fucking Trey Lance was too.
Yeah.
And he's another one that's similar to Zach Wilson, where he doesn't have a lot of college tape, right? Like, didn't Trey Lance have like 1 year?
Yeah, a lot of these guys only have 1 year.
Yeah, same. Whereas, like, that's why I like Justin Fields before the draft, is just because, like, he has a lot of tape. He's spent 2 or 3 years in college.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even know. I think Jordan Love might only had 1 year, but now he's at the point where he sat for 4 years.
Right.
So it's like, exactly. You learn from it. Plus, he's sitting behind a Hall of Fame quarterback, which probably helps, having somebody be like, "This is how you play quarterback." Like, oh, okay. But it's honestly, it reminds me of like Johnny Manziel almost. Like, he's just kind of unlikable. Just doesn't really seem to want to try. Like, just doesn't. I actually looked it up. He has a similar completion percentage of 55%.
He is literally, like, they showed it in either this game or the Detroit game, where he's ranking up next to other guys, and like he's on the lists that are like he's right next to Jamarcus Russell and Ryan Leaf, and and it's just like, wow, this is
not good.
I mean, this is bad. Yeah, we really should have stuck with Sam, it turns out.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so one thing that I will say about this game, after this was over, I was like, well, back to Tankathon for me. It's that's the end of the Jets season. Right. Hey, it went better than we thought. But spoilers for the rest of the games, things got wacky, and for some reason, the Jets actually still have playoff chances.
And guess who's coming back next week?
Mike White!
Mike White, the Savior, is back.
This is it. He's coming
back. Here's the thing, man. We need... So if the Jets win their last 2 games of the season, then all they need is for New England to lose one of their 2 games, and they're in the playoffs. And I believe they play
Buffalo, so that's guaranteed.
They play Buffalo and Miami.
Yeah.
So it's especially because Miami lost. Spoilers. That was huge, a huge boon for us. And
we should bring up, there was actually more news that it feels like is being like minimized right now in the media for probably good reason for the NFL with the Dolphins. But Tua is in concussion protocol again.
Really? I actually didn't know that.
He got another concussion, and honestly, the way that I read this, it kind of was scary because they put him in concussion protocol because he displayed symptoms partway through the week, or symptoms.
Oh. Yeah,
and that, for a guy who, like, it seemed like we watched him die on the field earlier this year, that's scary, dude. Like, one of the ESPN halftime guys was like, this guy shouldn't play anymore this season. He should be pulled. Like, his health is at risk.
Well, I've read that once you get like a few concussions, like, you're very prone to just even like running real fast and stuff can trigger it. Like, it's not good.
Yeah. And I know Miami has a good team in making a playoff push, but Tua has had some weird, I wouldn't have said this until the concussion news came out again this week, but like, he's not looked the same since.
No.
Like, he does those great plays where he has beautiful throws and he drives, but then out of nowhere he'll just throw the most weird interception, and it doesn't make sense for someone who was playing like MVP levels earlier in the year.
Yeah, it is very true.
I mean, that does happen sometimes, but yeah, I mean, either way, especially after what we saw on the field.
Yeah. I was going to say, on the other side, the Jaguars are now in first place.
In control of their own destiny.
Yeah. And I mean, they didn't play great, but they played well enough, did what they had to do. And Tennessee's like Tannehill's out for the year now at this point.
Mm-hmm. Tennessee's done. The Jags would have to just fucking fumble the bag to not make the playoffs now.
Like, don't look now. Like this Jaguars team, like they're one of those teams. They're getting hot towards the end of the season. They're rolling. Like, they could be an upset in the playoffs.
Dude, it was so funny, man. I was on the Ravens subreddit because I was checking like schedules, remaining schedules and stuff, and one of their top threads was like, "Hey guys, this playoff seeding is actually pretty good for us," and it was like Game 1 Ravens versus Jags, and I'm like, "Are you stupid? I would not want to play the Jags right now. They're on fire. What are you talking about?
They literally
beat
lost
you
to
this
the
year. Yeah. What do you mean?
Oh my god. Speaking of which, the Ravens.
Hey,
they won against the shitty
Ravens.
Falcons.
Honestly, the most overrated team in football right now, the Baltimore Ravens. I'll say it again. I'll fucking say it. They are not a 10-5
You say it
team.
every week.
I say it every week. I'll say it again. It's my weekly. The Ravens are overrated.
You say it when there's 0-0 at the start of the season.
Dude, honestly, I think maybe I should give some of that towards the Bengals too. I think every AFC North team had the luxury of playing the NFC South this year, which definitely helps. So yeah, I think a lot of the records. I feel like I want to see the AFC's record over the NFC South record this year. I feel like it's probably absurd.
It probably is.
Let's see if I can get that while you talk about this game.
Yeah. So the Falcons had Desmond Ridder starting.
Yep.
The Alligator had 74 yards. Drake London caught 96, and that was really the highlights of the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens had Huntley play, got 115 and a touchdown. Gus Edwards ran for 99. Sammy Watkins had a 40-yard catch. Don't let that fool you. He is bad. I've seen it. This game
I have the stats.
All right.
From the stat bag. What is mine? I forgot.
No, Grendor is the ship.
I'm the ship.
Who's the truck?
The Bear?
Bear's the
truck,
right?
Oh, Bear's the truck, maybe.
Bear's the truck.
Yeah.
Either way, the AFC North in 2022 is 14-2 against the NFC South.
Oh,
and the two losses are Cleveland losing to Atlanta and New Orleans. Every other AFC North team won every single game against the NFC South. So
yeah, that's pretty wild.
I mean, out of the eliminated teams, there's 8 of them. The NFC South makes up 3 of them.
Yep.
That's that.
That is that. And that's really all I'm going to give to this game. Then we had the Panthers somehow beating the Lions. Well, I guess it's because they ran the ball for Deontay Foreman had 165 and a touchdown, and Chuba Hubbard had 125 yards. Like, my God.
Yep. The Panthers ran for 320 total yards to Detroit's 45.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, that is bad. Sam Darnold didn't even play that bad. 250 and a touchdown.
No, yeah, he did well.
Yeah.
I think the most telling thing are the averages of like rushes. Like Chuba Hubbard ran the ball 12 times for 10 yards on average. That is a first down every run.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Deontay Foreman 21 carries for 7.9, but like basically 8 yards.
Yeah.
How can you lose with those numbers? That's absurd.
Dude,
imagine if they had Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, imagine. the Panthers at this point, if they beat the Buccaneers this week, control the division.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
I mean, I want to bring it up. I want to bring it up again though. Like, if they end up like a game out from the playoffs, you got to be kind of salty that they traded C-Mac, right?
Well, I mean, they're
better without him somehow. Yeah,
they are kind of. Well, I mean, they're better without Matt Rule. Is really what's happening here. So it's and they traded CMC before they got rid of Rule, which I think is a malpractice basically at that point.
It's still like I'd rather watch the Panthers than the Buccaneers, I think.
I'd rather watch the Saints than the Buccaneers, but unfortunately for the Saints, they have to play the Eagles this week. So even though they have a pretty good shot at the playoffs too, if we weren't counting the team, because they play the Panthers in the final week. So That's not gonna happen.
Although this game was great for Green Bay Packer playoff implications, folks. It's happening.
The copium has become hopium, and I hate it. It's ridiculous. Dude, it's actually like favored now, I think.
It is. Yeah. If we win our final 2 games, all we need is Washington to lose 1, and you know they can do that.
Oh, you're in the same situation as the Jets now. You literally are you need to win out and need one team to lose.
Well, it's cool, guys. So the Steelers are also in the same boat. Do you want to hear what has to happen for us?
Okay.
Because we have the same record as both your teams.
Right.
All the Steelers have to do is win out, and then the Miami has to lose both of their games. The Patriots have to beat Miami because they play each other, but then lose their other games. So the Patriots have to beat Miami, then lose their next game. The Jets, I think, have to lose both their games. And that's much more likely, right?
Yeah, that'll happen.
That'll happen.
Yeah, that could happen. Well, I mean, I think I don't know about how the Packers feel, but in the Jets' case, I feel like the most unlikely scenario is that they win out. Out of all the things that happen.
I actually think the Packers can win out, but I also can see. I think they're going to beat the Vikings. I actually do think they're going to beat the Vikings, and I think they're going to lose to the Lions, or some dumb shit's going to happen. They're going to blow it. Here's the thing. I'm like, dude, playoff. I don't even think we're gonna go far if we make the playoffs. We're gonna maybe win a wild. That's the maximum thing we could do is win a wild card game. But
last time you limped in, you won the Super Bowl.
We did. A weird season. I feel like
we also had good players back then. Which helped. We had Charles Woodson, we had Greg Jennings and Driver. We had a fully stacked. This is but I don't know. Maybe.
I'm gonna be honest.
You never know.
The NFC is going to be weird. I think the AFC, it's going to be so hard for one of the Bengals, Chiefs, and Bills to not make the Super Bowl. I don't see how one of those teams doesn't make it this year. But the NFC, you're talking about the Vikings, Eagles, and Niners, and the Eagles have shown they can almost lose to the damn Texans. So do the Chiefs. But I don't know. The Vikings,
beat the Eagles.
Yeah, and then the Niners have a rookie quarterback who can easily make one of those playoff mistakes that costs a game.
He's literally Mr. Irrelevant. But we'll get to him because he's amazing.
Yeah, but I still think the 49ers are the scariest team. Honestly, we lose to the 49ers no matter what anyway, so it's tradition. Yeah. But dude, if we made the playoffs and got to play the Vikings and then beat the Vikings, that would be the Super Bowl. I get it. I get how other teams are we just make it and beat the Packers all these years. Oh my God, that'd be great.
I don't know what you're talking about, Krendor. I think the scariest team by far is the Broncos. Have you seen a horse up close? Those things are just all muscle.
Good point. Good point. And they bite, They
will. They'll kick you. They'll fucking kill you if they kick you.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be on the backside of a horse. Trust me, I've seen some things.
Moral of the story is that the Lions shit themselves when they should have won. So
it's just a sad day.
And then
they might still make the playoffs, though.
They can.
They still have a good chance, I think. Honestly, if they went out,
it's actually gonna be insane because if the Packers and the Lions win next week, then they play each other for playoff spot in Green Bay.
Oh yes, sir. I will take that.
That would actually be fun. I'd watch that still. Speaking of playoffs, the Seahawks also shit themselves.
Yeah,
but they did it to the Chiefs, so it's kind of understandable.
The Chiefs. Yeah.
I don't remember much of this game, to be honest. It was just kind of one of those that was better team beats worse team.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, it just looks like they got outplayed. And that's really what it is.
I feel bad for the Seahawks because I feel dude, how many teams did we have? We had the Seahawks, the Jets, and the Giants all were pogging out oh my God, look at us, we're so much better than everyone thought. They all got to 7 wins and then just nothing for 4 weeks. They've all lost almost every game.
So in the Jets case, it was largely due to injury, and also Zach Wilson being horrible. But but the injuries revealed that. With the Seahawks, I know that Tyler Lockett's been out for the past couple of weeks, which has made their offense struggle more. Because they had DK and Tyler Lockett, which is basically it's the same receiving threat that Russell Wilson had.
Well, they did have Tyler Lockett when they lost to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, well, they're getting their feet under.
They also had Tyler Lockett when they lost to the Raiders in overtime.
I'm sure that they have several losses with
They
Tyler
also
Lockett.
had Tyler Lockett when they lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, but I mean, the past couple of weeks, though, it's been Tyler Lockett's been out. And also
Tyler Lockett also played against the 49ers last week, Rob.
Well,
Rob, was Tyler Lockett out at all?
Tyler Lockett is here in my room right now, and he is feeding me this information. I think he wants a trade, is what I'm saying.
Oh, hot take.
He did not play this week. So there you go.
Okay, there you go. That's
so
he did not play this week.
So basically, he hasn't played for 6 months.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how it works. Yeah.
But Chiefs win, Seahawks lose. Seahawks, Geno season's kind of just fading away, man.
It's not over yet, dude. Looking at the upcoming schedule for the Seattle Seahawks, they've got a massive game upcoming this week against the Jets. This could very well decide the playoff fate of both of these teams.
It could.
True. Except they're up against Mike White, so
yeah,
that's a tough one. He is.
What does the anti-coin say about this? What does the reverse of the coin's initial prediction predict?
That's a good. Well, actually, if we are in truly reverse times, then the Jets lose out. Okay, so Bear is actually keying into a post that I linked to in our Discord group, which is that after Mike White killed the coin's magic and won the game that he was supposed to lose, we have been in anti-coin territory, and the coin has been 100% accurate in the reverse.
Shit,
which is honestly almost better than if the coin had been right all the way through.
Well, it is. Unless you're Rob.
Yes, no, it's horrible in that case, to be honest. So hopefully it's not. Hopefully the coin and Mike White have made up, and they've maybe reached some sort of magic pact. Or a contract,
if you will,
a mact, you could say, and it'll be looking out. Maybe Mike White is going to stitch the coin into his flak jacket this weekend. Who knows?
Yeah,
I do it.
Well, speaking of contracts and bad ones, Deshaun Watson and the Elves lost, and he was bad.
I'm sure y'all saw it, but I just have to bring it up. The stat that implied that over the last 4 games, Deshaun Watson's quarterback rating has not only been the worst in the league, but been worse than that of Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
He's worse than Wilson, dude.
Oh, baby.
Bro.
Wilson.
Do the Browns make the playoffs if they just stick with Brissett? I think
probably.
they might.
They might have, yeah.
Good
I
chance.
think they probably would have playoffs.
They were in a winnable position.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, could we ask for a better Christmas miracle than the Browns bringing in Deshaun Watson and it actually being the reason they don't go to the playoffs?
Oh, it's magic.
It is so good because, I don't know. We were bringing it up. I was always hopeful that this might be the case, and we were saying that it could be because he hadn't played in 2 years, and so he's looking pretty nice.
He's doo-doo.
Yeah,
it's bad, and it's wonderful.
And the Browns are eating shit. And Baker Mayfield's thriving, which we'll get to that later, too. But, I mean, you know.
Yeah. This was the Saints running the ball and winning because Andy Dalton did not do a lot. But Alvin Kamara, 76 yards and a touchdown. Taysom Hill, 56 and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. That keeps working somehow.
Yeah.
It does.
Alvin Kamara is really good.
Yeah.
Well, the Taysom Hill part specifically.
And then Nick Chubb ran for 92 on the other side. Really, this was kind of a boring game. And then the Saints scored 14 in the third quarter, and then that was it.
Yep.
Yeah, these teams are bad.
Yep. But
I like watching the Saints, though. The Saints are a fun team still somehow.
They've at least got some life left in them.
They still are in the playoff race.
What I will say for the Browns is at least they still get to have all their draft picks. Oh, wait.
Oopsie.
Oopsie-daisy.
Oh, no.
Well.
That was good.
That sound?
Good time for you to show up, too.
No.
And I'm sorry, Browns fans, but also I think generally we're more saying fuck Jimmy Haslam in general, right? I mean,
yes. Then we had Bengals, Patriots. This was actually kind of close.
Shouldn't have been.
It shouldn't have been. No, it was 22-0 at halftime.
And then the Bengals just kind of went, "Hey, how do you do football? What? Huh?"
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I know Mac Jones got fined or something. I didn't see what happened.
He's getting
heard about that.
Oh yeah, he was.
I mean, if you had to play for Matt Patricia, you'd probably be pretty mad too.
Oh, it's like there's been a consistent pattern. He's just been a little piss boy out there.
Apparently, he had a
I'm
low
glad you're
hit,
saying it because
a dirty low hit on Eli Apple.
Look, I'm just gonna. I know that I'm a division rival, but all I'm saying is from over here, I see Mac Jones has a history of doing some dirty shit in the game. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's easy. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's like you said. I'll be first to say he's looking like a little fuckboy right now.
Yeah. I don't know what that's about.
A lot of penalties this game. A combined 18 penalties.
Nice.
That's a lot. 10 for the Patriots, 8 for the Bengals.
Nice.
And T. Higgins had a lot of yards, 128 a touchdown. Trenton Irwin had 2 touchdowns.
Nice. Yeah, it's a good question.
I feel like we were spoiled for games last week, and this week most of the games were kind of stinky.
Yeah.
You can't have that much consistent goodness in the NFL. Come on.
Yeah.
It's also the
pick
combo.
six. Mac Jones was he threw down a chop block that could have taken out Eli Apple's.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But he is starting to get to the point where he's becoming a dirty player.
Yeah.
Fuckboy shit.
Dude,
Yeah,
where's
it
Zappy?
is.
We want Zappy.
We do
Bring
want
back
that.
Zappy.
Bring back the Zap.
It's tough because they did have him, and he did so bad they brought back Mac. So what can you do?
Yeah.
Then we had the Minnesota Vikings almost win a game in a good fashion, and then they gave up a touchdown at the end and a 2-point conversion to tie it. And then in Vikings fashion, they had to go kick another field goal to win the game.
They don't like winning by more than
one normal game. I locked them because I thought this would be finally their first normal fucking game, and of course, no. Every game is just this is. How do you be a Vikings fan this year?
Their
I don't
fans are gonna be
understand.
dead.
I think they're all
through
dead. They've all
heart
had
attack.
heart
be
attacks.
The blood pressure in Minnesota must be through the roof this year.
That one, their radio announcer, who's like the most like regular guy radio announcer ever, who just like says whatever he wants. You guys do know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah,
Regular Mick Regularson.
Well, no, he's just like he doesn't do like he's like a fan. So like whenever the Vikings do something stupid, he's like, "This fucking team's a disgrace."
That was like
Yeah.
in the Seahawks Vikings game where they missed the like 20-yard or something. He's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Oh, that
Okay.
Oh god, yeah, he has some great funny calls. There's the old one I think against Arizona where the touchdown, no.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like he must be dead now at this point too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, good god.
Oh yeah. No, I can't imagine.
It's like Justin Jefferson, 133 and a touchdown. TJ Hawkinson had 109 and 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much their offense. Dalvin Cook only had 64 yards. And then the Giants, Saquon Barkley, 84 and a touchdown. They had the high-powered duo of Richie James and Isaiah Hodgins as their leading receivers.
Yeah.
And
Poor Giants.
You know, I want to bring up because we haven't talked about him much, but I mean, look, considering the offensive talent or lack thereof on the Giants team, I feel like Danny Dimes is doing pretty well.
I mean, they're still a win away from making the playoffs.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
It's very weird that, looking at like the scores, like because I was talking with Chad, they were like, if the Giants lose out, they actually still have one of the best chances at the playoffs, even if they lost all 3 of their final games.
Wow, that's funny. Yeah.
And they had an interception thrown while the Vikings didn't. They had a fumble lost while the Vikings didn't, and they allowed 3 sacks. Although the Vikings allowed 4 sacks, so it seems like turnovers probably cost them here, but. I mean, but at the end of the game, it was still a 1-score game.
And I mean, the Giants, they're going up against the Nick Foles Colts this week. So if there was any time to clinch a playoff spot, now's the time, because their final game is the Eagles, and it's not going to happen then unless they're resting their starters.
Yeah. Well, which they might be, to be honest.
It depends, because Minnesota's only 1 game back of, no, 2 games because of the tiebreaker, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah. And the Vikings have to play the Packers and the Bears. So they got 2 divisional games, which, divisional games are always crazy, especially with the Packer one because they're fighting for playoff spot.
Does this count as another game-winning drive for Kirk, by the way, in this
Probably.
one?
Yep.
Why not?
Yeah.
That means he's done it in almost every fucking game.
Well, he has to do it.
Yeah,
Do you like that?
I do, honestly.
You like
I
that?
wanted.
He's like screaming to his fans, "You like that?"
They're just like, please, no, just win by more than one score. We don't like it.
The fans in the stands just like wildly crossing their arms. No,
It's, so, another standard Viking week. Then we had the Bills beat the Bears. This was actually 10-6 at halftime. Bears were winning.
I'm mad because I picked the Bears and I was like, you know what? The Bears, like we were saying, they're for some reason trying every game and like they actually look not horrible every week. And Justin Fields is like gonna die. Yep. This was the first game where I think they were finally like, we don't want Justin Fields to die, so we're not gonna really try. The play calling was basically what we saw from the Bears at the beginning of the season, which was like, we're not going to let Justin Fields do anything.
Yeah.
Like, he only rushed 7 times for 11 yards. He wasn't doing Justin Fields things. I think they told him to chill out. They were doing a bunch of like shitty screen passes. And I mean, they put Nathan Peterman in the game eventually at some point, and they're just like, we give up.
It was also very cold. I went outside in this cold and I was like, I don't want to be out here for more than like 1 minute.
The Bears had no intention of winning this game, which I wish I would have known that before I picked, because if this was the Bears from the previous weeks, I think they would have won.
On the one hand, you probably should have known, considering that they've been eliminated from playoff contention
they were
for
eliminated
several weeks.
Yeah, but they were still playing every week, just like we were saying. They were still trying to get Justin Fields killed.
Yeah,
like every week.
Yeah.
This was the first week they truly felt like they were like, okay, let's get our draft pick. We're done here.
Which, thank God, like,
it's the right thing. I wish, like I said, I wish someone would have told me beforehand.
Yeah. And that's really it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Justin Fields didn't die. Yay.
Yeah, he didn't die, and it was cold, and Bills ran the ball a lot, and they won.
Are Bills going to get a first-round bye?
Oh, probably. It's looking like it.
They have the tiebreaker. It's very
likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's, as long as they don't goof it, they're good.
They goof it.
Speaking of goofing it, the Tennessee Titans losing to the Houston Texans.
Ooh. I'm so glad the Texans finally finished a game, man. God, speaking of things being overdue.
Yeah.
9 points in the fourth quarter to come from behind and win.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. Malik Willis is bad for the Titans.
Yeah.
He's not good.
He shouldn't. I feel he's one of those really project QBs where it's like he's being unfairly judged because he shouldn't be out there.
Yeah, he needs at least like 2 years, honestly.
Yeah.
If Tannehill is like, if they're gonna have to be rushing him, he doesn't have a chance to be playing for the rest of the regular season, right? He's already confirmed out for that.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's out.
If that's the case, I think this Titans team needs to just hang it up, dude. Like, they have already basically been knocked out of the playoffs. They might as well just like rest their starters. Don't get Henry injured at the end of this season, for God's sake. Like, just there's no way this team is competitive in the playoffs.
Is there any like free agent they can sign, like a quarterback?
I don't think so, man. Like, at this point, God, no.
Yeah, they're not out of the playoffs. They're tied. With
I know, but like the thing is,
they're like based on the circumstances, they're very likely to miss the playoffs.
Yeah,
like the most likely circumstance is Jags Titans for the division at the end of the season. Like, that game's probably going to decide the division.
Well, yeah, I mean that in and of itself makes them not out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they are 7-8, and Jacksonville is also 7-8. It's a 2-team division right now.
It's just one of those
here's
teams
the problem:
has a quarterback.
the Titans are awful, and they play Dallas. That's an incredibly difficult game. The Jags are red hot, and they play the
right. But you can't. But you can't just say they're out of their. They're not technically.
No,
out
I'm
of
not saying that. I'm saying they should accept that their chances of winning enough to get into the playoffs at this point are extremely slim, even if they try their best. They're not good enough.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
They're not. They still have Derrick Henry. I mean, Malik Willis. He got thrown into a wolves' den in that game.
Yeah.
And they, the despite what the Texans are, they still are an NFL team, and they can beat anybody. The Titans are not going to be considered to be that serious of a contender without Tannehill, but I think that they still have a legit shot at least winning the division. I mean, the Jaguars, if the Jaguars fumble it and the Titans somehow get a win, it's up to the tiebreaker at that point. So
actually, one thing I didn't consider is there's probably a lot of financial incentives to making the playoffs for a lot of these players too. So they're probably going to be gunning for it pretty hard. Yeah.
Well, and also if
like Derrick Henry, you're not going to be like, shucks, man, I guess we're not making it.
Oh God, no, he's not going to let him bench.
I'll be honest, and also, if Tannehill wasn't injured, after the results of these games, I would still not. I don't think the Titans would even have a chance. It's so unfavorable now.
They win this game though. If
he's not great, but
no, I know. I'm saying now that they've lost this game, like this game ended it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, well, like you guys were saying though, Derrick Henry really is the heart and soul of the team. If Derrick Henry can get it going on the ground in any of the games, then they can win. They can win any of those games, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely plausible that the Titans are still not going to make it because the Jaguars are not losing to the Texans this week, and the Cowboys will in all likeliness destroy the Titans. I mean, they have to this week for the
playoff
seeding in the playoffs.
Yeah. But then we had the 49ers beat the Commanders
handily.
This is the team to beat now, man.
Yeah, the 49ers are actually insane.
And they've lost their QB.
Yeah. But Brock Purdy's good.
They have their QB.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's good.
Yeah. Brock Purdy is legitimate. He is legit the guy.
He's
from
better
the
than
moment
Garoppolo.
I've seen him take the field, he's looked like he has had it under control.
He's better than the second overall fucking pick in the same draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's extremely wildly popular with the 49ers fan base. Everyone is rooting for him in the NFL period just because he is Mr. Irrelevant.
Of course, it's a wonderful story.
He's playing with a chip on his shoulder and he's producing, and it's like I said a couple of weeks ago, the Niners, they're peaking at the right time, and unlocking Christian McCaffrey now is they are the team to beat.
Yep.
They have so many weapons now, and McCaffrey has just unlocked the potential of their play action offense and just runs over people. He's extremely versatile, and the Niners are taking full advantage of that, and defenses have no idea how to play against him.
Yeah. Watching him play is so fun because he's not the biggest, strongest guy, but he's so good at just making shit happen. You know what I mean? He makes it look so easy to cut into gaps and make people miss and find the perfect route in the right moment. He's so fucking smart in the way he plays, and he just gets yards so easily. It's like magic for him.
Yeah. Also, can I say that I was listening to the radio, and it was a late night sports radio, and this guy calls in, and he's a Washington
80
fan.
Years old? Listen to the radio?
Well, no, it's this guy, YouTube guy. I don't remember what his show is called, but he's like, well, I'm calling it now. Washington Commanders going all the way. And the guy on the radio was like, what? Why do you think this? And he's like, we got Terry McLaurin. We got the squad. You are a hater, and you don't understand what it's like. Go to youtube.com/blah, blah, blah. You got the thing. We're going to win out. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Peace. And then the guy was like, all right. And, then this happened. So I think that guy is dumb. And it made me realize,
he might have got some subs.
It made me realize how many bad shows there are out there. Probably just those fan type shows. You know what I mean? Where they're
the more we come to this realization, the closer we become, or the closer we come to becoming one of those shows. I think, honestly, because I think we had this exact same conversation last week, didn't we?
Or we come closer to our ascension to becoming the greatest football podcast the world has ever known.
Listen, that's true. We're all, everybody's gonna be a little biased for their own team, but we're realistic about it. We're not our team's gonna go all the way. Listen, if the Packers make the playoffs, I expect one wild card win is our ultimate goal. That's all I got. I've got nothing more than that. But if we can do that, I'll be satisfied. But the big news story we missed here is that the Washington Commanders are picking their mascot. On Sunday. They are
Can't wait to see how they screw that up.
It's gonna be some military themed thing.
Well, here it is. Let me show you in the thing. We've got the pig and the dog.
Dog? The dog's sick as hell, dude.
The
Give me
hog
dog.
and the dog.
The hog.
I mean, I'm going hog, so I could actually call him the hog.
Hogs. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Didn't we say they didn't deserve the hogs though?
I think they don't deserve the hogs.
They don't deserve the hogs.
They don't.
Yeah.
But the fact that they'd be getting this hog still is like, that's like some, it's something.
Why don't they just do both?
Yeah,
They
make them
could do
pals.
Yeah, have the first two mascot team. They can like play off each other and
Have
like
the dog
high-five
chase the
and, like,
hog.
You know that
make it a
whatever they
game.
come up with is going to be cursed as hell.
Oh, it's gonna
Especially
be
if it's going to
horrible.
be a hog.
Dude, what if they like sewed the two heads onto one and made
God.
a hog dog? Oh my god.
No.
Now a
hog
human
dog.
dogapede, a dog.
That would be
dogapede?
fantastic. That's something.
dog-
I'm
hog-
Monday with the wolf and an oink.
Well, by the way, this all reminded me of something that we didn't mention during the Browns game. That there was some other Browns news. I don't know if you guys saw. They added a new member to their social media team. Did you guys see this?
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah, they got,
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul,
Cool.
everybody. Yeah, they get a round of applause for the Browns.
Yeah.
for,
Why?
How do they manage to fuck everything up, man?
Yeah. It's like we really thought this would be a great idea. Bring on Jake Paul to our social media team. Really just to get things rolling.
Yeah, because Lord knows they're all about reputable reputation.
Yeah, that's what they're all about over there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's got to be a speed run record for the quickest to most hated team. In
It
the
actually
NFL.
is. It's impressive.
It's almost like it's bordering on like is the NFL now revealing that it is like the WWE? Like
They're
is
gonna
that
announce
what's
like a seal clubbing halftime show or something. Like,
It's just Antonio Brown walks out.
they're just going like
Yeah,
full
they're-
heel?
They're one AB away from just becoming like the most hated team of all time.
did you guys see
Yeah.
this headline? New Cleveland Browns GM, the Zodiac Killer. That is
Dude,
That's a
could you
really
imagine
interesting direction
if
to
the
go.
Browns signed Antonio Brown. That would cap it off. You're all right.
Is he still in a hostage situation? What's going on?
He was. Let's
Let's check in.
Is that still an ongoing thing?
Oh boy.
I don't think he is because he released another Tom Brady direct message. So I imagine he is out of the hostage situation.
I never thought I could hate someone more than I do Jameis, but man, do I hate AB.
Yep. He Antonio Brown arrest warrant withdrawn, won't face charges after alleged battery. So yeah, that does probably mean he will be going to the Cleveland Browns pretty soon.
Oh, he'll fit right in.
They're just like, wait, he's not getting arrested. We don't want him.
Who else could they get? Like
Just making the all hated team.
the
or
all
something.
evil team? Yeah, like what do you
I don't know. Zach
Let's give it
Wilson.
some
Cleveland-
thought. I want to talk about the one good game that we got this week.
That's true, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wait, by
yeah.
the way, Carson Wentz played in this game. I forgot to say.
Oh, yeah.
12 to
Oh,
16,
yeah.
123. It was probably garbage time, but
It was, yeah.
yeah.
Remember when
Cool.
he started for the Colts?
I remember when he started NFL games. And
Yeah.
For the Eagles.
For the Eagles, which, yeah, speaking of which, the Eagles.
Eagle.
Minshew
Eagle.
Magic played, but it wasn't enough. And honestly, it was more the defense's fault. Like Minshew was,
It really was.
Yeah,
he
It
played pretty
really was
well.
the defense's fault.
Yeah.
you don't give up 40 points and go, man, the offense really fucked this one up for us, guys.
yeah. Devontae Smith had 113 and 2 touchdowns. A.J. Brown had 103. They ran 65 yards, not many rushing yards, but Minshew 355, 2 TDs, 2 picks, which, for a backup quarterback, that's
Pretty
probably going to start on numerous teams around the league.
Especially
I
against one of the
gotta
better
be-
defenses in the league.
Yeah.
I got to be honest as well. Like, the Eagles, their clock management at the end of this game was
it was
insultingly bad. I was so upset. And it's just like, we are at a point where every week a different head coach of a team doesn't understand how to use their timeouts. Like we need to start having like courses or something, because I get like situations can get a little weird when there's like a minute left and you think you might score, but you don't want to leave too much time for the other team to score. So now there's just like meta going on.
But they gotta just be out thinking themselves.
Don't save your timeouts for next game. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. These aren't rollover minutes. Use your timeouts when you need extra time left.
Now I'm no mathematician.
All right, great.
They have they have
I'm no geologist.
I'm none of those things. Yeah, that's true. I'm not a scientist either. Not really much of anything, if we're being honest. No, they have advanced statistics on all of that stuff, right? Could they not print out a chart that says like that like has different times, like 2 minutes 35 seconds, 2 minutes 34 seconds.
That. I think
I think it would be that easy. I really do.
No, I think it's easier than that, because like I think Bears, right, and that teams are overthinking themselves and worrying about leaving too much time on the clock. Because we've started to see teams recognize, okay, you give Mahomes like 20 seconds, he's going to get a field goal somehow. So we want to make sure we score on the zeros. But like they're forgetting you still need to score. Like that's the first step, and that's way more important than how much time is left. So like the Eagles were sitting there on like the 30-40 yard line of their own side of the field, letting time bleed down. And it's like, you're not there yet. You get to the red zone and then start letting the time bleed down. You got to get there first.
So now, I'm no welder, but I do think that there's something to what Rob is saying, though. Like it may not be that simple, but I think there is actually an argument to be made that there's like literally just mathematical arguments to be made in just about every like situation. You could probably break it down to like bigger time frames in order to make it simpler. Like, like if there's less than a minute left in such and such situation, call a timeout, because that's what you have to do to win the game.
Yeah, you have an axis of like, down and distance, and an axis of like score, and an axis of time, and then you chart it. I don't know, maybe it makes a fucking parabola or something. How hard can it be?
Look, I'm no skydiver, all right? But you also have to put a little bit of vote of confidence in your defenses and not play just cloud prevent all the time in those situations. True. You got to play 4 quarters. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, stopping them from scoring is the easiest solution to just winning the game. Like if you have a lead, just protect it. Yeah. We've seen it time and time again where teams have been letting these sort of like piddling little 3-4 point leads. Like, all right, we got to protect it like it's gold, instead of just playing the same scheme that they've been doing for 3.5 quarters. Or you could be the Buccaneers and Todd Bowles and just have 32 seconds left and 3 timeouts and not use them ever.
Yeah. And I mean, like, look, I'm no agricultural expert, okay?
Horticulturalist.
But like taking a timeout when you're in, like, look, going up tempo is good sometimes, but like when you're like on a really important play, like, you've got less than a minute left, it's like 3rd down, even 2nd down and long. If you have that timeout, you can use it and call a good play and make sure you get a good amount of yardage instead of like rushing and maybe making a mistake or making a poor play call out of, fear of running out of time or trying to save time. Timeouts are useful for other things other than just stopping the clock, is what I'm saying.
I mean, even in this game, Parsons literally told the defensive coordinator, call timeout, I'm gassed. Did you see him towards the end of the play? He could barely stand up. He was so tired. Yeah, he was like calling for a timeout.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Look. That's no moon. It's a battle station. But the thing that I want to say is that I've previously, before when we've talked about this kind of thing,
called timeouts.
Said, no, get a timeout guy. Why not have a dedicated guy who handles the timeouts?
Oh man, I want that job.
Well,
I can do that job.
You get a Super Bowl ring if you win.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Remember 2 weeks ago when the Jets had that really shitty timeout management at the end of the game? Yeah. Well, guess what they have on staff? A fucking timeout guy. What the hell? They have a timeout guy. They have an offensive coordinator and head coach, and they still. I mean, something is. Yeah,
What do they call him? What do they call the timeout guy?
I have no idea.
Fired,
official job.
Yeah, probably fired. I hope
probably,
look. I'm no assistant manager at a Holiday Inn in Ontario, Canada. I was really excited by how close these teams were. Like, holy shit, the Cowboys are pretty legit. But like, I think this playoff match could go either way.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be.
This division's not.
Listen, I'm no aerial photograph interpreter, but I think that
Wait, now what is that job, dude?
Probably a job.
I'm not saying I Google.
Please, of what you do.
I'm not saying I Googled complicated job titles for that one.
He's the guy that showed up to that to the Bush press conference, and he was like, "See that brown square? That's a weapon of mass destruction."
Improv, Kendor. You can't use Google. All right.
Sorry, my bad.
That division's not wrapped up
yet. Yeah, that's what's wild.
Well,
it's like the Cowboys could win.
They could, but they'd have to win both, and the Eagles have to lose both. So
yeah, well, but they've got the most important thing, which is the tiebreaker now.
Right.
That's true. But
I
still don't think they're gonna do it.
No, it's still mostly going to be the Eagles unless they have a monumental collapse going into 17-18. They've got to play the Saints, which they're probably not losing, but the team that might play spoiler, honestly, for the Eagles season, if the Cowboys went out, might be the Giants.
It could be.
Mm-hmm. The Giants do play them in Philly at Week 18, so they love spoiling playoff stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, this game, Dak played great. CeeDee Lamb played great.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott was okay, but I mean that's.
Well, I mean, if the Eagles win in New Orleans, that's first seed, isn't it? Automatically. They're 2 games up with 1 game left.
If they win one of their next 2 games, they're
they have to. The Eagles have to lose both. They have to lose both. But the one that they're more likely going, they would be most likely to lose out of the 2 would be against the Giants. They're not going to lose against the Saints. If they do, then it might just be on, because then the Cowboys, all they have to do is get over the Commanders and the Titans, which we've already talked about. Although
the Cowboys and the Eagles hold the tiebreaker over the Vikings too.
I mean, the Titans will be playing tonight because this episode won't be going out till Thursday, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Dude, imagine the fucking Vikings somehow sneak into the 1 seed at the end of the year. That'd be so insane.
I mean, they're not going to beat the Packers this week, so they won't. So it doesn't matter.
Can't wait for that Vikings argument to flare up again.
Oh boy, I can't wait. Speaking of the Raiders and the Steelers, the Raiders and the Steelers.
Man.
Yep.
It was a game.
What a game.
What a game.
Well, unfortunately, look, I'm happy we won. It was an emotional, important night to win.
Yep.
Game-winning drive. Kenny Pickett calling plays, looking like a good quarterback.
Unlike Derek Carr,
Unlike Derek Carr. Look, the one thing about this game is, like, I really hope the weather had more of an impact than we thought, because both quarterbacks were sailing everything.
Yeah.
I don't know if they thought they had to put more into it because of the snow and the wind, but both of them just had these egregious overthrows. Like, it was bad. Devontae Adams was open like on 3 different plays, and Carr missed him every time.
Yeah.
Even the last play of the game, the interception, like Carr just overthrew a wide open Renfro. Like it's weird.
They needed a aerial photographer interpreter.
Yeah, that is what they needed.
Well, look, I'm no Lord of the Deep or anything, but the Raiders lost this game. The Steelers didn't really win it. The Raiders did the classic prevent defense thing at the end, where they just let the middle of the field open, and literally every play was a dump off to Najee. Like, look at like Najee's receiving line, and like that was like all on the final drive of just like little dump off passes up the middle. Yeah. And the Raiders were like, oh well, you know, they don't. There's not that much time left. Oh wait, they're on the 10-yard line. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Every time. It's every game with every team. What do you mean, how did this happen?
What if we play prevent defense? Like, I just hate it. It's so dumb.
It's so annoying. My team won and I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
It's just, look, the Steelers, Kenny, he's got some. He definitely. It's funny. People are looking at this game and going, "Man, Kenny Pickett actually, like, this is one of his better games." It really wasn't. He actually didn't play that well this game. He had a really bad interception.
He set a pretty damn high bar for himself, dude. Just like kind of tore it up out of the gate, and then he's showing just like, you know, kind of typical young guy mistakes at this point.
Yeah, but like watching him play, he makes these throws, and his decision making is so good most of the time. And I'm like, you know what, like. He has all of the workings of a franchise quarterback if he progresses. You know, it's just a matter of, will he get a little bit better in every year for the next 2 years? And if he does, we're looking at a franchise quarterback. I think it's just that's the question. Is he going to get better? Are we going to fucking fire Matt Canada, or are we going to punt the next 3 seasons because the Steelers don't like to fire coaches?
And I mean, at the end of the day, he's still better than Zach Wilson.
Also true.
That is the future that you're looking at. That's your future that you're looking at. So
yeah.
Better for worse.
I am looking forward to next season. We're still in the playoff hunt, but like I said, because the Jets and the Patriots both hold tiebreakers over the Steelers, and both those teams also play Miami. We need both of those teams to beat Miami so that Miami loses out, and then both of them need to lose their other games that they play in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, that's our playoff line.
The AFC is a complete mess right now outside of the division leaders.
The next 2 weeks are just going to be a bloodbath, and it's just going to be hell.
I love it, though. The scheduling has allowed for this, and I am very happy about it.
Yeah. And of all the teams, the Raiders just shit themselves as they are,
They're so bad.
Speaking of coaches... How did they lose?
I picked the Raiders because they should have won this game. They straight up should have won. They were like the better team on paper, and then they played better. They didn't play better, obviously, but they had the path to win. They were, I don't know, it was so dumb. It was so dumb watching this game.
Derek Carr, though, they're not winning with Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's pretty good.
Derek Carr's pretty good.
I don't want to say that too much.
Conversation again, all right?
Now, I actually don't even want to go there.
Do you want him? He's
that's exactly why. That's exactly why. That's why I don't want to have that conversation right now.
Yeah. Which is why. I mean, listen, on the Jets, they're better with Derek Carr, but on a lot of teams, they're not better with Derek Carr.
We'll see what Mike White has to say.
I'd rather have Mike White than Derek Carr, to be honest.
Well, yeah, I think at this point,
I might want Mike White, but I actually forgot my point. Never mind. Go on.
All right, great. So then we had the Packers-Dolphins.
Woo! Dolphins are not looking good.
Thank you, Coach Krendor, for this victory.
Yep.
It was very important for keeping the Jets' playoff hopes alive.
Hey, no problem. So, first things first, Keyshawn Nixon. Why has this guy not been returning all year? Why? Instead, we have Amari Rodgers, who's fumbled 5 times on returns. What if we just don't switch to the good guy? Again, if we would have used Nixon all year, we probably would have had an extra 1 to 2 wins because of the fumbles that fucking Amari Rodgers had that changed the pace of the game and everything. So that's neat. Then so far it was a close game. Rodgers overthrew Watson on an easy touchdown. It was kind of going back and forth. Waddle had a really good touchdown where he just ran for 90 yards. They were doing Dolphins things, which was just throw a ball to Hill, throw a ball to Waddle. But then whenever they'd start to get something going, they would just fumble it. They would throw an interception. The Dolphins just kept being
surprise onside kick.
Bad interceptions too. They were. We were talking about it earlier, but they did not look like someone of right mind throwing the ball. It was bad.
That might have been the concussion that actually did this. So that does suck. But I mean, at the stat wise, second half, the Dolphins scored 0 points in the second half. Yeah. That is pretty bad. It was just, man, our defense, honestly, if you didn't see the Jair Alexander post-game interview, it's great. He's just he's literally just all pumped up, yo, I saw Tyreek Hill cutting across, and I'm like, damn, that dude's fast. So I backed up, and then they threw him the ball, and I was like, oh shit, he overthrew it, and bam, I caught it, picked off. And it was just such a good interview. And then this was just the game you had to win. This was our Vikings win of the year. This was our one possession we got to win. Although we weren't even losing, we just had to hold on to the lead, I guess. So it's not really a Viking win.
This game puts a lot of questions now on the board for Miami. Tua is in concussion protocol. You really need to win your next 2 games to make a shot at the playoffs.
Or they don't. They don't have to. They could just call it in.
No, and that's what we're the NFL are not the bastions of morality here. I think everyone kind of agrees that Tua should probably just sit for the rest of the year.
He should.
Dude's gonna die. He's just straight up he's ruining his whole life basically for this one season that is not even that good anymore.
Yeah. It's not working.
I don't think it's actually great for the coaches because, like, you know, they're expected to do everything they can to win, you know, and so earlier in the year I would look at that and I go, those were selfish decisions that didn't need to be made. But now it's like I understand, like they're like, well, no, like we can make the playoffs. I want to keep my job. Like, yeah, we got to play our best chances because they don't have an answer. Like the Dolphins without Tua, I think they lost every game by horribly.
I forgot who their backup is even. Who's the backup?
Oh God.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Right. Oh, is it Teddy?
Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh yeah, then he got injured too, didn't he? And then someone else came in, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But I imagine he's probably good.
He's probably better now, yeah. But like,
Teddy's all right.
Tough decisions for the Dolphins these next 2 weeks for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, they're divisional games too, like playoff implicated divisional games. So it's not going to get any easier.
And they're going to have to, one of those games is up against Mike White. How are you going to handle that?
How do you handle that one? I'm excited because I thought this season was washed, and now we have the chance to play upset to some random team. So I'm excited. Hey, we're 4-2 in our last 6 weeks. And we beat the Cowboys. We played the Eagles real close. We'll see. Here we go. It's Viking week.
Love when the heartbreak sets in that they've only been doing this to give you like a slight.
Now, here's the thing. Unlike other years, I'm not expecting anything crazy. Like, if we lose, I'm like, hey, you know what? I expected this anyway weeks ago, whatever. But if we win, that's now. I am fully hoping for one wild card win. That is my full expectation for the year. If we win out, get a wild card win, beat Minnesota, upset them, they'll be sad. We'll be like, you lost to the shitty Packers, haha, and then we get absolutely destroyed by the 49ers, like 40-0. That's what I'm expecting.
All right.
So I'm excited for that personally.
All right.
But
mark it down. We'll
mark
see.
It down.
Marking it down.
So you do have playoff hopes then.
I do have playoff. We have to win 2 games, and Washington has to lose 1. That's possible. Washington loses pretty easily, and then we just got to win out 2 games.
Kind of feels like your playoffs have already started.
They have started. We are. It is full on playoff, which honestly is good. You know, this is what you need. You got to get hot at the end.
For a lot of teams, it really is like it. I don't know. Maybe it's just because my team is finally in that mix. But does it feel like it's more volatile this year than most years?
It is pretty volatile.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass here, but it feels like
well, there's no dominant teams really. Like there's the Bills and Chiefs, but like outside of that, and even them, they're not like insanely dominant.
Eagles.
Yeah, and the Eagles. But even then, like the Eagles, they
just lost.
They still don't feel like they're unbeatable or anything. Like nobody feels unbeatable. Although the 49ers kind of feel unbeatable right now.
A little bit.
Just get a little scary. But I mean, outside of that, but then we had the game of the week. Broncos Rams on Nickelodeon.
That's right.
Dude.
Oh, that's right.
I know everyone thought, 6 months ago it was going to be the game of the season.
Oh,
I know you guys saw it when Patrick Starr said that wasn't what he wanted to cook. Oh my God, dude, I died. I died. I went to heaven and then I came back and I re-inhabited my body.
They hit rock bottom. That was the rock bottom of the Broncos season.
That's the lowest of Russell Wilson's career.
Patrick Starr.
Not just burned, but burned with his own specific catchphrase.
Oh man,
that's not what he wanted to cook.
Oh my God! How do you go outside after that?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's even worse. Than
I wouldn't want to show my face.
No,
that's even worse than the MVP, dude.
No, yeah, oh yeah.
Congrats, new MVP Baker Mayfield, by the way.
Baker Mayfield MVP. Most Nickelodeon valuable player, of course.
Yep.
The Patrick Starr thing, the part before that too, is when he goes, I think that was called an intraception.
Intraception.
You are getting clowned on by a cartoon character, Russell. I don't know what to do for you, man. Like
and not even not even like a real card. Like it's a VTuber 3D model of Patrick.
Steven Hillenberg died for this. Like the gross disrespect to the franchise creator aside, it's just gold, dude. Oh, fuck.
There was a point in the game where the AR animators had a blimp come in and take VR Baker Mayfield off of the field because they were winning by too much. And the blimp came down with a crane and picked up Baker Mayfield and flew him away. And they were like, "You can come back in a little bit. You're too good right now."
Dude, okay. My new goal is I want the Packers to play in the Nickelodeon game. That's all I want. Playoff Nickelodeon
I think everybody wants to do that now.
I love that the Nickelodeon game is genuinely like a highlight of the year.
Well, here we go, kids. We're gonna give Aaron a little vaccine here to make games.
You know what they have to do is I hope that this is continuing to be successful so that Nickelodeon can negotiate for more things that they can do to the actual players. I want real slime.
Real
none of this AR
let
shit.
them actually impact the game.
Exactly.
And make it games that always have playoff implications. Flex the fucking number one seeds into the Nickelodeon game at the end of the
100%.
season.
We're in the 2-minute warning now. The red zone becomes the slime zone. They bring a tarp out and it's like, good luck scoring now.
Career-ending injuries from sliding on the slime.
Looks like the blimp has passed by with all those banana peels. Uh-oh! They dropped them all over the field.
Oh, he slipped and fell. Another cat dog's eating his leg. Oh, God, don't do that, cat dog.
This is a reverse helmet play. The players can't see anymore.
That would actually make games like these more watchable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
100%.
But I said it's. I mean, the Russell Wilson signing is going to go down as the worst, I think, of maybe all time.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty bad.
He got his bag and is very, very clearly now not giving a shit. And
I don't know.
I say good for him.
I think he still cares, honestly. I think he's trying, which might be worse.
It actually is worse, because I do think he's trying, and it's just
I
bad.
don't think he's trying at all.
No, I think
you're misunderstanding the kind of person that Russell Wilson is. He is the weirdo.
He got his bag, and he's look. And you know what? Good for him. He gave his body in Seattle, and he's got over $200 million. By the way, $50 million signing bonus just for signing. By the way,
but he's been sacked 50 times.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be trying either.
Out of him.
Well, I mean, I would just be kneeling the ball down at that point. But
they'd probably do better if they did.
Hackett is gone after less than a season. So,
I brought up the list of coaches with the shortest tenures in NFL history.
Ooh,
we have Hackett at 15 games.
Wow.
We have Urban Meyer and Bobby Petrino and Lou Holtz at 13 games.
Wow.
We have Pete McCulley, 9 games. We have George Allen, 2 preseason games. And then number 1. Anybody know number 1?
Bill Belichick.
That is correct. Bill Belichick, Jets, 1 day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yep.
Oh, I'll never forget that one. That one.
That's an all-time press conference.
That is.
Yeah.
Imagine what could have been, Rob.
Held up a sign that said, "I resign as NYJHC."
Yep.
That's It's a good He really does hate this organization. Like, he hates the Jets.
Oh yeah.
He wants to beat the Jets more than any other team in the NFL.
That's no secret.
Yeah.
Ever since Melvin Gordy III just went the way of the dodo. I mean, he's not dead or extinct, but he's just gone.
Yeah.
This team's really gone downhill.
It's sad. If they would have just kept Melvin Gordon, they probably would have won a couple more.
Exactly. Yeah. It was all MG3.
That's true.
And at the end of the day, this game was meaningless and bad.
It really had zero impact on anything. It was just something to watch.
Baker Mayfield looked good, though.
Against a really, really bad team.
I mean, but
Broncos
still,
defense has been good, but this game they certainly did not show up.
When your offense is doing that bad, they just were probably like, dude, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, this game meant nothing to anyone.
Yeah. And the Buccaneers Cardinals was almost as bad.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Everyone knows the Buccaneers are shit, but they're also the luckiest fucking team. They should be eliminated right now.
I don't understand how they're still in it. It's ridiculous.
Should have lost to the Saints, and they should have lost to the Cardinals this game.
It feels like they have less wins than they do. Like, genuinely.
I mean, the Cardinals were winning, and all they had to do was just keep their really good drive going at the end of the fourth quarter, and then they just literally do a stupid-ass pitch play and fumble the ball backwards, and the game was over at that point. They were still, like, I think 10 points ahead, but the second that happened, the game was over.
You've got to be bad if you lose to the most predictable play calling that has ever existed. It's become a meme around the entire NFL now, not just, like, people who follow the Bucs, like how bad and predictable Byron Leftwich's calls are. It's run, punt, run, punt. They did the same running play. I kid you not, 4 times in a row. 4, not like one, and then it went over to the next drive, and they just did the same run up the middle play. They did it 4 consecutive times and got stuffed on a 4 inches play that should have easily been the game clincher. The Buccaneers were driving, and they had momentum. They just, I don't know why they keep calling this play, and I still don't know why Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich have a job. They should both be fired into the sun from a very powerful cannon.
The Buccaneers have the 5th worst points per game in the NFL.
Until they run 5-minute.
Until they
the second they get into the 2-minute drill, Tom is just like, all right, time to play the game of football now.
Yeah. Well, that's when he gets to control the offense.
There's no way he plays for the Bucs next year, right? Like, there's zero chance. Right?
He will go back to New England or go to San Francisco. He's leaving the Buccaneers, and honestly, I do not blame him at all. He should have left when Bruce Arians was gone, but he decided to give it another chance, and they're still talking like Gronk might actually still show up.
Yeah.
So
hilarious.
Who actually knows it? I mean, everyone's making fun of them, but for the amount of wins that they have and the fact they're still leading the division. And yes, the rest of the NFC South is garbage, but you got to give some credit to the fact that they're still somehow winning games with this shitty offense. And they're to be fair, our offensive line, it does not exist. We lost another offensive tackle in this game. We're down to our practice squad second string at this point on a couple of the tackles. So it's bad. Tom has been playing not great. He's still making some really dumb throws, and he's just as soon as everyone got done praising him for the lack of interceptions that he's been throwing, he was like, he's got the least interceptions thrown in the league. He only had 2 up until 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever. And now he's got the most interceptions. He's gone just full tilt 180 in the opposite direction. But this team will not. We're probably going to make the playoffs, and we're actually probably going to take a wild card game, and I don't like it because
Panthers, dude.
The Panthers are still not good, but I think that the Buccaneers are shooting themselves in the foot by keeping Byron Leftwich around and Todd Bowles. They both need to go, and I can't be happy about anything that they do with those two still on the team. I just hate it.
Can I give a quick shout out to the Cardinals for allowing DeAndre Hopkins to go one catch on 10 targets in a game, because that doesn't seem like possible.
Is that the Bucks, or is that Trace McSorley?
Oh yeah, that's probably Trace McSorley.
McSorley is really, really bad. But I mean, he's going in and filling. He's the third stringer that was never supposed to play this year.
The Buccaneers have won with these scores: 19 points, 17 points, 16 points. They're winning these games by scoring 16 points.
Yeah.
What?
And it's not even like our defense is that great. They make good plays every now and then, but it's just that Tom, when he gets to work the offense, it is night and day. You don't have to know anything about the game. Just look at the team. Just look at the statistics for the 2-minute drill. That's how we won that miraculous game versus the Saints, was because Tom took over. It was a snooze fest for the entire damn game. Same thing goes for this game. We should not have won this game because your defense has to be terrible if you lose to the Buccaneers. We do the same play over and over again, and it's infuriating to watch. And if it's not just it's like Byron Leftwich has. You guys ever play the old Tecmo Bowl? It's that offense. He's got 3 plays. All right, it's all streaks right down the field. All right, a shovel pass to the screen or just a run up the middle. That's it. That's the only plays that he knows how to run until Tom actually gets in there and involves the offense. So, like I said, I think that we're probably still going to make the playoffs. And if Tom gets into the playoffs, we probably honestly will take a wild card win. I can see it happening. Do I want that?
Do you want that? I don't want that.
I mean, I do want that,
want that?
But I don't want this to be the thing that's like, oh, well, you know what? We can make it work. They just need to give one more year to Todd Bowles and Byron Leftwich. No, they need to go. But knowing the Glazers, they'll probably keep him around anyway. So who knows?
Well, if the Bucks make it in, they'll be the 4th seed, right?
Yep.
And then they would then play the highest ranked wild card team, which is guaranteed to be the Cowboys at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would be it's Cowboys Bucks, I believe, if that's what happens.
Oh boy, that's they did.
We've already beaten them this year.
You guys did beat the Cowboys this year, but you did kill Prescott in the process, so that may have had something to do with it.
I'd probably pick the Cowboys just because.
I did the numbers out of curiosity, and in games where the Bucks have scored 20 or less points, they're 5-4. They have a winning record if they score 20 or less.
That is impressive.
That
and
really
kind of
is.
sad.
I mean, look, I've watched Tom Brady for many years. Until he's out.
Yep.
I'm not.
That is true.
Yeah.
And then Chargers Colts.
Chargers Colts.
Absolutely horrible game.
And in a week full of bad games, somehow one of the worst games.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was just the Colts did not convert a third down. They were 0 of 10.
0 of 10.
Oh, they had 1 4th down conversion. That was their only on 3rd and 4th downs. On 14 tries, they converted 1.
Yikes.
So
It's bad. It's bad.
I'm still getting the report back from the stat truck, but I assume they're going to confirm that that's bad.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's
I'd say
confirmed.
The Chargers didn't even play well either. Like this was
This was a time for the Chargers to make a statement, and they didn't.
Their statement was, "We're bad too,"
and their statement was, "We're in the playoffs officially now." I guess.
It's so funny that this Chargers team is in the playoffs, but honestly, last year's Chargers team felt a little bit better. I think.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
They did.
This Chargers team is mostly the same offense, if not better, and they feel inept. Like, I don't fucking get it. Why aren't they better?
Yeah, I don't know.
Last year's Colts team was way better. They made the playoffs.
No, they didn't.
Or they
lost to the Jags and
they lost to the Jags
by the Steelers.
And the
Raiders. But the year before that, they were good.
We can't remember back that far back.
Yeah, it's way too hard.
I can't
overall,
remember.
That sucked, and those are the games of the week. Sinvicta Power Rankings.
Thank you, Coach Krendor. Power Rankings ready for Week 17. We have a new number 1 as well as a 4-way deadlock for the fattest doinks of the week. Thinnest dinks of the week. Starting with Robert, also known as Alpaca Patrol, who happens to not be a geologist.
That's true. I'm not. And I'm also not a Buffalo or a Bill.
Great.
Yep.
That's his guess.
That's my guess. I was making a guess. Yeah.
It
was like a clever kind of bit where
it was real
like
hard
I was saying something else
to read between the lines, but I got it. Yes. Bear
like
taffy.
a subtext thing, very cerebral.
Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah. Coach.
Eagles.
Yeah. Follow.
Niners with 40s.
And Robert, who is not a Buffalo Bill.
The Bengals.
That is correct.
Whoa, we did it.
Mm-hmm. You guys did it. Congrats. Number 1 is now the San Francisco 49ers, surprising absolutely nobody, looking like the team to beat in all the NFL.
Yeah.
Dethroning the Eagles, who only lost 1 spot, dropping from 1st to 2nd. The Bills, Bengals, and Chiefs still have not moved. And rounding out the top 10 are the Cowboys, who have not moved, the Vikings, who now moved up from 8th to 7th, the Chargers, who moved up 1 spot from 9th to 8th, The Jacksonville Jaguars are now number 9 in the power rankings.
Let's go.
And then the Baltimore Ravens, Apollo, sitting in the 10th spot of the NFL power rankings. Now, here we go. We got to go to the thinnest dinks because this is the most that we've had in a while. There are 4 teams who all have moved up 5 spots. I'm not going to give you any hints. I'm going to go right down the list, starting with Rob. Name one of them.
Green Bay Packers.
Correct. Bear.
Pass.
All right. Coach Crendor.
God,
Don't take mine.
Let's go fucking.
And
He's getting the plane.
The Panthers.
Yeah. Back up to Rob.
He's under attack.
And Bear.
Ravens.
Coach, do you have an answer?
Let's see who won this week. Steelers.
And Apollo again.
The Rams?
All right. It was a horrible idea to give you all your
I got one right, all right?
I got one right.
It's the Texans, the Panthers, the Steelers, and the Packers.
Wait, I said the Steelers.
He
There.
said Steelers.
You also said a bunch of sound effects, and you were in a plane.
That's
so
also
whatever.
yeah.
That's a fair point.
5.
No, that wasn't him. There was a plane, man. It was dangerous.
All right. Well, there were 4 teams who made the thinnest dink here, all moving up 5 spots. Like I said, Texans, Panthers, Steelers, and Packers. Now, this one is for Bear Taffy, who I hope is ready for this one.
Oh, now I'm ready. Yeah.
Bear Taffy for the fattest doink. This team has fallen 6 spots. They're everyone's favorite team in the world, especially yours. Name this AFC team, Bear.
Oh man, favorite one. The Jets.
That is absolutely incorrect. It's the Cleveland Elves.
Of course. Yeah.
The Cleveland Elves
He was
now
being facetious.
have gone all the way down from the 14th spot or the 20th spot all the way down to the 26th spot. I was doing opposite math there. They are still ranked above the Houston Texans, the Atlanta Falcons, the Chicago Bears, the Cardinals, the Colts, and this new number 1 worst team in the NFL. Apollo, name this team.
Worst team, the Broncos?
That is correct. The Denver Broncos.
Wow. They
Are
are supposed
now
to be division leaders, and they are the worst team in the league.
Does that hurt worse than the Patrick Star burn? I'm not sure.
No.
I think that's a result of the Patrick Star.
Yeah, probably.
They're 2 games ahead of the Houston Texans.
I do have to read this one because it's just it's a great burn here by Dan Hansis. Shout out to Dan Hansis, by the way. Thank you again to contributing to our show. The wheels came way off for the Broncos on Christmas Day in an embarrassing 51-14 loss to the Rams that served as the final straw for new ownership. On Monday, Nathaniel Hackett was fired after less than a season on the job, a necessary move for a team that knows major changes are necessary to get the Broncos back on the right path. Weren't we saying that last year, by the way? I feel like we were.
Probably, yeah.
Monday's decision means Russell Wilson will operate under a new coach, a new offense that could be a make or break year 2 for the embattled quarterback. Yeah, that would cinch it for the all-time worst signing ever if they got rid of him next season.
That would.
Wilson was a mess on Sunday, throwing 3 interceptions before a meaningless touchdown drive in the 4th quarter. The Broncos averaged 15.5 points per game, their lowest since 1971. Hackett deserves blame for the intense struggles, but Wilson's sudden decline cannot be ignored because he got his bag. I just added that on the end there. And that is going to do it for the power rankings. Going back up to everybody for the...
Don't put words into Dan Hansis' mouth. How dare you?
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
Matching your bias to the
Oh God, how
beautiful,
much
pure Dan Hansis.
thought was Dan and wasn't Dan.
All the way back up to the booth for the Pick'em stats and Pick'ems and lunch.
This entire segment has been tainted all of a sudden.
Welcome to the stat booth.
Contributing to
Pick'em,
misinformation
brought to
about
you
Dan
by
Hansis.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Wait, we had
Thank you very much.
This week for Pick'ems, I was going to say. Our Pick'em star of last week did the best this week.
Well, technically
Yeah.
tied with me for best.
Tied with Crendor, who's at the bottom still anyway.
You're 1 game back of Rob now, all right? I'm 1 game back.
I did pretty well this
with
week.
the 13-4 performance. Indeed, yeah, very well
I
done.
did the worst this week. I had almost as bad as Randy, dude.
That's bad.
It's a rough time.
The Patreon, by the way, just to inform the assistant coaches for those who may not know, if you are in on that role on the Patreon, you do need to opt in if you'd like to be chosen for the picks of the week as well. So just make sure you've messaged either Hippo Nora or Pixel Haven on the Discord, and they'll get you in on that.
Hell yeah.
I want to throw a fun stat out there for everybody. So there's the stat yards per touch. So when this player touches the ball, this is how many yards they get. So obviously, number one is Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson at 14.
Okay.
Stephon Diggs, 13. Kelsey, 12.7. CeeDee Lamb, 12.4. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 10.9. Deebo Samuel, 8.8. Curtis Samuel, 8.5. And in number 9, who do you think's number 9?
Boy. Hawkinson.
Nope.
Bro, I don't have any.
That's a hard guess.
It is Breece Hall.
Oh,
wow.
Yep, Breece Hall still up there.
God damn.
My God, he's still top 10 at the end of the year.
Dude. Holy shit.
Yeah,
I hope
crazy.
I hope
Every time I remember how good he was doing, I was like, boy, it'd be nice to have had him for the semifinals in the fantasy playoffs when I got beat by 90 fucking points.
It was Bear's kiss of death, Rob. He was our dude, and Bear just latched on.
Our team got so that same game was where we got AVT injured too, and that was
pretty much the death knell, dude.
Yeah.
Well, here's some bonus stats. Crandor has not locked the Bills or Chiefs this season, the two most locked teams this year. Look at that.
Wow.
I don't need your easy locks.
I mean, I feel like you purposely go for.
We do like to go for the interesting picks.
So
apparently, you blocked the Bucks the most for some fucking reason.
I blocked the Bucks the most, who are 2-1. Great.
Great.
Rob, Boston Slumps broke an 8-game losing streak.
That's a great title. I just want to say that.
I like that, yeah.
Boston Slumps.
This was his longest incorrect prediction streak ever and the third longest among all hosts. Crendor 10, Baron Crendor 9.
Wait, you have two of the other three?
Yep. I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, are they still active?
I don't know. That? Maybe.
Oh, interesting.
I don't think they...
Oh, no, I don't think it's necessarily active. I think it's just all.
They're not really active. I really don't like seeing the Crendor sloth on the Buccaneers ship, by the way, on the flag.
The Bills come due. Apollo ended his longest ever pick streak by picking against the Bills. You'd pick them 14 consecutive games. The longest active pick streak is currently 22 games.
Wow.
I honestly should have fucking kept going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's got to be like the Chiefs, right? For some reason.
It's got to be the Chiefs, yeah.
Randy has now recorded 8 weeks above and 8 weeks below 500 this season.
Perfect.
Yes.
And when Randy is above 500, I am 59%, Sinvicta 64, Rob 59, Bear 55, Apollo 60, and Discord 65. But when he's below 50, I'm 52%, Sinvicta 59, Rob 53,
You
Bear
read that
61.
backwards.
Wait.
Yeah, you read that backwards. That's
when
fine.
he's above the second column. When he's above 50.
Just flip what Crandor
Just flip
said.
what I said.
Yeah.
Basically,
flip it in
I
your
like
head.
that when Randy does better, I do better by like a pretty significant margin.
Yeah. And when I do better, it's Randy does worse. By 7%.
I think there's like a division on the podcast showing up here.
Well, yeah,
me split in half perfectly.
Me and Bear do better when Randy does better, and everyone else does worse when Randy does better. It's weird.
Yeah.
Now, look, I'm no mathematician.
Yep.
And I have a question about mathematics.
Yep.
All right.
Because I find it to be kind of amazing that Randy is at perfect 50% win-loss on, he did that last year too.
I don't know how this is happening.
But hold on. Is it amazing?
Probably not. It's probably
it's
statistically.
the expected outcome, isn't it? Yeah.
Is it?
When you
roll,
that's
the thing.
When you flip 100 coins, you're gonna get very close to 50% probably.
Literally, all we're doing is associating coin flips with NFL teams.
Yeah, and it turns out it works.
And see, this is why I mentioned that I'm not a mathematician, because I mean,
Yep.
over the course of these many flips, wouldn't there possibly be a maybe that's what forces it to 500?
Yeah, that's what I think it is when you I feel like honestly the less that you have, the more likely it is that's going to be wildly
the way
varied.
statistics approach like limits, right? So and keep in mind we've predicted over 250 games this season.
Yeah, we got a large sample size.
That's why if you look at the graph of Randy, he started like below 500 by a decent amount, then he went above 500, then he went back below, and then it just kind of balances
kind of
out
wibbly wobbly,
yeah.
Like if you flip a coin 3 million times, it's gonna be like 50.0000 like 1% probably.
And there will be variations, but eventually that line's gonna end up just looking kind of flat.
Yeah. I also couldn't tell if it was a meme or if it was just a typo from Pixelhaven saying Choas Reigns, but I did like it.
No, I think that's because it's the name.
There are also 5 teams that have not been locked against this season. Hosts and Discord. 3 AFC, 2 NFC. 2 are not division leaders.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Probably Bengals, I would say, if there's any other one.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Bills and Chiefs. You can't be Chiefs or Bills, right? Because they're
they've not been locked against
division leaders.
No, but 2 are not division leaders, I guess.
Okay, so that could be. Well, it's one of the NFC and one of the AFC, right?
Yeah,
is not division leaders.
Yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't
specify that. It could be 2 of any of them. Yeah. Wait, that's weird then.
That's tough.
Yeah. I would expect it to be the Eagles, and then like actually no, who's the other NFC team? Because I locked against the Cowboys already. I remember that.
49ers maybe.
No, because they were bad earlier in the year. Remember before?
It's honestly probably the Buccaneers.
It might be actually.
Could no, you're a division leader right now.
Yeah, the Bucs are division leader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's actually tough. Yeah, that's hard to.
Maybe it's the Ravens.
It's got to be for the NFC. It's
Cowboys. The Ravens are a team that like, they're 10-5. I don't think anyone's lost against the Ravens actually.
Pixelhaven, we need better hints.
Yeah, we need better hints, please.
I don't know. This is pretty fun having the mystery.
Look at the question marks. The question marks are colored.
Oh, the secrets.
It's the Ravens, the Vikings, the Chiefs. Who's light blue? The Titans?
It might be the
Titans. Could be.
And then
who's green? It could still be the Eagles.
I think it's the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's probably the Eagles. Yeah.
Because only 2 are not division leaders.
Yeah,
so
only
3
2
are.
Yeah, there's 5 total. So it's the Chiefs.
The Ravens will be 1 because that's a purple Raven, and then the Vikings, Chiefs, and I guess that's Titans. I think, and Titans aren't a division leader right now.
Oh, I guess they aren't now. Yeah,
but it also could be the. It's 2 NFC, so that would be Eagles, Vikings, and I think it has to be the Titans.
Yeah.
What about Dolphins? It could be the Dolphins.
Oh, it could be the Dolphins.
It could be the Dolphins, the Titans.
Oh, I don't.
Dolphins aren't division.
Well, they're the 2 light blue ones. It's one of them. Dude, I feel like I unlocked when I saw the color of the question marks. I was like, because you said there should be better hints, and I was like, there are usually pretty good hints.
Dun dun dun.
Holy shit, dude! I gotta go.
That's good.
That's a tough one.
That was like in like a movie where you're like, I don't know how to find this treasure. He like hits the thing and it like reveals it. Anyway, it's Pick'em's time.
Pick'ems! That was a fun one.
Pick'em. Oh boy.
Hey, we didn't mention. Unfortunately, sorry. Before we go,
Pick'em's time.
Not Pick'em.
No, sorry. Yeah, just one quick thing because we haven't given you an update on our fantasy football. Only one of us made the playoffs, which was Bear, and unfortunately he lost this week.
Yeah, how did you manage to score 59 points, Bear?
He is unfortunately also away. When I mentioned this.
He said, "Be right back." 5 minutes.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Well, how did you manage to get 59 points, Bear?
Wow, he says nothing disrespectful.
Well, we need to make some more topics here before starting to talk about pick'ems because we need them for pick'ems.
Well, we can delay the first. So we got Cowboys Titans. Let's talk about this for 3 minutes.
Well, we should talk about our pick'em star of the week.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Which is Greg.
Greg. I was actually thrown off because it said Greg's best predicted teams, and I was like, "Where's the name?" It was just Greg. He's Greg.
Well, it's Greg the Turtle, I believe.
That's true. There's a turtle picking. Yeah. I hope the turtle's picking.
I feel like everybody's best is the Chiefs. Like I feel like it just always
That's probably
is.
True.
Chiefs and Texans. The Colts is the weird one on this one.
The Colts is the weird one. 10-2-1 with the Colts.
Greg has to have not had faith in the Colts pretty
Yeah,
early.
it must be a Colts fan or something.
Got it.
Only a Colts fan would pick against them that many times.
100%.
And isn't the only tie between the Colts and the Texans?
No, remember we had a Commanders Giants.
Oh yeah,
tie
Commanders Giants tie
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But one of the ties was Colts and Texans.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
Okay.
It was like week 1.
Yeah.
So Cowboys Titans.
I mean, it's Cowboys, right?
It's Cowboys. Yeah, it's Cowboys.
I'm gonna lock the Cowboys actually.
All right.
I didn't miss anything. Yay. Okay.
No, you did miss us shitting on you for losing you were our hope in the playoffs.
Oh, well,
fantasy.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. No, I got boned.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the week that like I scored the second most fantasy points when it just doesn't even matter against Rob of all people. Right?
Everybody doubled my points. That's how fucking bad I did this week.
That's hilarious.
Pitiful.
Yeah, I got 138 this week in my meaningless win.
Yeah, it's gonna be me versus Coach Grendor.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Consolation bracket. Oh, baby.
Am I just out? Did I get knocked out?
Oh, you
of
get
the
to play for a
consolation?
7th or something. Now,
Oh, good. Double consolation. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're way,
I'm very
way
consoled.
So yeah, cool.
We had a shitty
everybody
year.
going Cowboys.
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 Yeah.
All right.
That's across the board, including the assistant coach.
Cardinals Falcons.
Good lord.
Oh God, this is 2 like really bad quarterbacks.
The Falcons are still in playoff contention somehow, and they're hopefully going to play like it. So I got to pick them for that reason.
But
I
the
guess
Cardinals also win more.
No, the
than
Falcons
they
are
do.
eliminated.
Are they?
Yes, the Falcons are eliminated.
Yeah, they're eliminated.
Oh my God, this game sucks, dude.
God
Cardinals-
damn it! Yeah.
The Cardinals love winning on the road. They hate their home crowd.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, the Falcons
I would
have
say
like
Cardinals.
Cordero Patterson. That's like the only name I can think of in this whole matchup.
I mean, the only thing I can contribute is by animal combat rules, the Falcons would clearly win.
True.
So
that means
I'm
Cardinals.
taking.
That
I'm
means
taking
it's
the
Cardinals
Falcons.
then, yeah. So I'm going Cardinals.
I'm going to go Falcons. The Cardinals are playing like such ass lately. Greg
I'm
went
gonna take
Falcons as well.
I mean, who is even the QB at the Cardinals? I'm taking the Falcons.
Trace
I-
McSorley?
Trace
McSorley, yeah.
Come on, Rob.
By the way,
you don't know
Jay-
Trace McSorley?
I don't know if I'm not sure if you guys mentioned it, but JJ Watt did say he is retiring.
We did indeed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Yeah. That's
So I can't
great.
wait for the season finale of Hard Knocks, because man, that's going to be hilarious.
Oh right.
We all good then? Pick a...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Dolphins, Patriots.
Give me the Pats.
Yeah,
I'm
Tua
going
might
Patriots.
not play. I for once
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. That's the Pats.
Oh god.
Patriots.
I don't know
really
if
hope-
Greg knew that Tua might not play when he sent in the
Yeah,
picks, though. So that's unlucky. Maybe he
do
can have a consolation pick and change
I
that if he
question
wants.
our assistant coach's
He probably didn't know. He probably didn't
information
know.
here.
Maybe you didn't know, yeah. But
They
you might
did
know.
know.
Pats.
You think Dolphins might have a chance here? Are you just okay?
I mean, is Teddy playing?
Win here, right?
I don't
I
know.
do. I
imagine
do need.
he's
I do
playing.
need the. I do need the Patriots to lose.
All the
Patriots need to
AFC
lose
teams
one.
are like Patriots, please win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I need them to lose. I need the Patriots to
No,
lose.
I think
once.
you need the Well, no, you need them to win this game against the Dolphins though, and then
No,
lose
no.
the next game, right?
It doesn't matter which
Oh, it
game
doesn't
they
matter?
lose. They just need to lose one.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Teddy
Okay.
Bridgewater
Yeah.
would be the quarterback if Tua is out.
So I mean, Teddy
not
is no
bad.
slouch.
Yeah, he's
I
not a
mean,
huge
it's
Dolphin.
still
Dolphins
Tyreek
got
Hill.
Murdered when
He did.
Tua
He
didn't
did
play.
great earlier in the year when Tua was
Yeah.
out. So
I don't think he did.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins with some hope behind it.
Alright,
There's hope
alright.
there.
That's some copium, man. Is what
He's
that
got-
is.
I mean, I like Teddy though, honestly.
Yeah.
And the Patriots aren't that good. So
I agree.
That's
you know.
true.
But I'm still taking him. Saints, Eagles.
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 Yeah,
Eagles.
Eagles.
Good luck if you want it.
Good. I mean, Greg locked it.
Greg locked it.
Oh.
He locked, and he's a turtle, so that it's a
Yeah.
strong lock.
Yeah.
Does no one really
It's a
want
while
that?
to get there.
Snappy.
No, I still...
I mean,
skeptical, but...
Okay.
I mean, I guess I'll take it. It's boring. That's why I don't want. I want to
All right.
lock
Bro,
the
it's the
Eagles
last
at this
2
point.
weeks. You
I
gotta make your
guess
final
so,
push.
Yeah,
make
make
that
a
push.
lock.
I'm
the
sitting
Eagles.
here trying to lock up my fucking Pick'em's champ title, man.
I'm going for 4th. That's what I'm shooting for right now.
Yeah.
I was trying to lock down my 4th place.
I'm just trying to
Yeah.
pass Rob now.
Yeah,
One
I
game
hope
back.
you don't.
One game back.
Be bad if you did.
Colts, Giants.
Giants.
Who cares?
Giants.
Yeah, it's got to be Giants.
Team playing
I'm on
for
team.
playoffs.
Who cares? Yeah, but
Definitely
let's go
taking the
Giants, I guess. Yeah.
Giants.
Greg also took the Giants.
Yeah,
Across
well,
the
this
board.
is Greg's one of his best predicted teams in the Colts, so gives me more
that's a good
confidence
point.
in the
That's
Giants
true.
pick as well. He's
Good
10
point.
and 2 and 1 with the Colts picks this year.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to lock the New York Giants.
Wow. The
my
New York
God.
football Giants.
I think they got it.
Zero
Colts suck.
confidence in Coach Saturday.
Colts, I just have no confidence in the Colts. So, yeah.
Who's starting QB there?
I don't know.
Doesn't even care to find out.
Yeah, I don't need to know. And Nick Foles, I guess, who was bad.
Oh, right.
Panthers, Buccaneers.
Dude, Greg picked the Panthers. I'm picking the Panthers
I'm
too. I
picking
love the Panthers here.
Panthers.
I am going to take the Bucks.
The more fun outcome is the Panthers winning, which is why I'm leaning towards the Bucks.
Yeah.
Because I
That-
feel like
that
Tom
logic
Brady is
sound,
the
actually.
antithesis to fun.
That's the no fun league. Yeah.
Antithesis?
Antithesis,
I said
yeah.
antithesis, which is.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can
no,
say it
pretty
however the
fucking
fuck you
stupid.
want. There's nobody's gonna come after
Well, unless
you.
you try to say Jaguar, and then at that point people.
Oh,
are
that's
jumping
a
it on your
problem.
throat.
Then
Yeah,
Rob's
no.
So
gonna be
that's
really
just
upset.
factually incorrect.
It
so.
is.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. There's no WIRE at the end of
Yeah,
Jaguar.
but you're allowed to say things however you
Whereas
want, right?
I'm
You just- you can-
Taking
you
the
can do it.
Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks.
All right.
I absolutely hate that this game is happening. I don't like either of these teams, so
Yep.
I guess it's got to be the Bucks.
All right.
Yeah.
Broncos, Chiefs.
Look at the Chiefs.
There
Yeah,
it is.
Thank you.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Save
Everybody,
Chiefs
Chiefs.
stick.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
don't even talk about that one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bears,
Chiefs.
Lions.
Lions.
Don't talk about this one either. I don't think.
Yeah, it's a
Hey,
Lions
Take a
sweep.
lock.
I don't.
Eh.
It's not a good lock.
Yeah.
I think
The
the
Lions
Lions
with
will
the
Lions,
still
Chiefs as
win.
well.
They should win.
Yeah.
I
but
actually
Lions.
think the Bears might win.
You have to say I pick the Bears.
But I don't want to do that, so I'm taking the Lions.
All right.
Okay.
Browns, Commanders.
Go Dog Hogs.
Yeah, give me the Dog Hogs.
The Dog Hogs?
Yeah,
Oh,
remember the
yeah, look at
mascots
the-
earlier?
I don't know.
The Hog
The
mascot.
I mean, Watson's been like just ass lately, though.
Yeah.
And
They still have
Yeah,
Nick
you know
Chubb,
what?
though.
You're right. Give me the Dog Hogs. They're gonna probably start Carson Wentz, and he might play well,
Oh, God.
like randomly.
He'll do enough.
All right, you know what? I'm going Elves.
Oh my
You
gosh.
said Carson Wentz. I was like, oh, God, that's right. All right, never mind.
Yeah,
Swap.
that's not.
Greg went with the hog dogs. as
I'm
well.
going with the
Yeah.
Commanders.
yeah, I'll go with Hog Dog.
Hog dog.
right,
Hog,
I
hog,
just-
hog,
my
hog.
Hog. my
I also
dog.
need to cheer for them to lose for the Packer playoff thing, so
All right.
that's part of it.
Which is why they're going to win.
Yeah, Jaguars, Texans.
Jaguars.
See, there's no W in that word. So it's weird that you would.
Was that a legitimate attempt to say it the
Jaguars.
correct way?
It
Jaguars.
is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah,
Jaguars.
Jaguar.
I mean, all the
I choose.
commentators say Jaguar, so
I choose Jacksonville.
All right.
I choose the
also
football
choose-
team in Jacksonville.
Everyone has chosen the football Jacksonville team.
I choose the Jungle Cats.
All
The
right.
games
They're
get a
from the
bit harder to
jungle, right?
pick as we move to the prime time set. The prime
Yes.
time games are good this week.
Yeah,
49ers,
Like
Raiders.
Niners.
Yeah.
Yes, Niners.
that's
Niners
fair.
all day?
That's very
49ers.
fair.
I'm gonna be real with you though. This is no, the Raiders are no, they're not eliminated yet.
They're pretty
I-
much eliminated.
Oh, I remembered my point from earlier. Speaking
Oh.
of bad coaches, why the fuck haven't they fired Josh McDaniels yet?
Because
I-
they don't
I
have
meant
money,
so
remember?
loved, bro.
Yeah, I
money.
know.
So loved.
And they love
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Remember, he
Yeah.
won like 2 games in a row this season,
Yeah.
and everyone was like, "See, haha, he's actually good." And then, yeah,
Now they just
Oh,
got to win
boy.
out and hope for an even crazier playoff situation than the Steelers do.
How do you think
Yeah.
Devontae Adams feels, Coach?
He's got to be very happy playing with Hall of Fame quarterback Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Yep. Jets Seahawks.
Honestly, I think this might be one of the games of the week.
I mean, two teams desperate for a playoff spot. Yep. Both need the win very badly. As a Steelers fan, I need the Jets to lose this game. So I will pick the Jets so that I win either way. Either my playoff hopes live or my pick'ems live.
I believe in Mike White season. Mike White magic. Let's go Jets.
Hell yeah.
Greg, being a turtle, being green, has also picked the Jets, the green
Makes
team.
sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, the Seahawks are also green, so actually it's tough. But the Jets are greener.
They're more of like a teal, right?
Yeah, the Jets are
like an
more green.
aquamarine kind of. I still think it's Geno's season. I'm less enthusiastic about it being Geno's season, but I still think we're in the midst of it.
This one's so tough because it's so playoff
yeah.
Dependent.
It's the playoff. It's
the playoff game
for both of us. Yeah, for both teams, it is a playoff game starting now. Like if they need to win out in order to have a chance to be in the tournament. So, I will say that if Tyler Lockett is still out, then it's Sauce versus DK Metcalf, and I don't think they got anything else. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going Jets.
I'm taking the Jets because they have to win.
Yep. You have to win before in the middle of Geno's season. You're giving me a 1v4.
Seahawks have to win as well.
Yeah, that's
Geno's
true.
season's has been long over.
But
so.
it's not Mike White.
You're in the eye of the storm of Geno's season. You just don't realize it yet.
It would be a very Jets thing for the QB that left our team 10 years ago to keep us out of the playoffs this year.
Oh, that's true. Oh,
it
man.
Really
you know what?
be.
Going Seahawks.
Let's go.
Yep, that's the Seahawks right there. All right. Vikings, Packers.
Vikings.
Packers. Here we go.
So I linked
Did
he get Thanos snapped away? Is that what happened?
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw what I posted in the Discord the other day. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites.
Yep.
Yeah, that is insane. That makes me want to put money on this fucking game.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that the Vikings have the worst passing defense in the NFL and the second worst yards per game in the NFL and the fifth worst points per game in the NFL?
I hate to do it, but I'm picking Packers.
I knew it.
Wow.
I fucking knew it.
Dude, I think the Packers are still awful. And I don't think it matters at all which Packers team shows up. It's which Vikings team are we getting this week?
Yep.
Oh, we've been getting the same Vikings team.
Oh, we got the 40-3 Vikings team.
The 40-3
that's true. That one's
Dallas. Oh, God, dude.
This is also in Green Bay.
It is in Green Bay. I am actually going to take the Vikings.
Yay! Me, you, and Greg.
That's fine.
I'm going to take the
Vikings have a chance to do what they've always wanted to do and eliminate the Packers from playoff contention.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
Yeah!
But I'm going to be annoyed if that's the game.
Don't leave me with just coach on the Packers.
Now,
hey, you can change your pick whenever you want.
Hey, you can make the right choice.
He might eclipse me by one game this week, and it might be this one, and I'd be very annoyed by that.
That would be
really good.
You already split the Miami one, I think, and then you didn't you pick another, or didn't Krender have a 1v4 somewhere else too?
No, we've been battling on a couple of these, and it's worrying me now, to be honest.
Also, I think the Vikings-Packer playoff games have happened quite a bit. There's the Randy Moss one where he mooned the crowd, and then Joe Buck was like, a disgusting act.
Disgraceful act.
Oh, yeah, no, I just meant like it's been a while.
It has been a while.
They want to do it.
That's true.
Disgusting.
Rams, Chargers.
Chargers. Scottish. Scotsman. Disgusting.
You're telling me you've never seen that video of the mother running in asking after their daughters, which one of you dropped the shit?
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I know.
Which one of you didn't flush the toilets after having a shit?
Rams.
Disgusting.
It's Rams, Chargers, everybody.
Rams, Chargers. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one.
Is anyone actually considering picking the Rams?
I am.
Come on, man.
All right, fine.
Rams
I'm going to
pull it off.
Yeah, I'll get peer pressured into this and pick the Chargers just so that Krender doesn't eclipse me. However, I mean, Baker's playing well with Sean McVay.
Well, yep. And the Chargers kind of have been stinky.
This is the battle.
Or was that just the sound?
But it is the battle for LA. You're not wrong.
No, this is the battle of the teams that I have zero confidence in and said I would never pick either one of them again.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Rams.
That's the meme one, though. That's the one you always definitely say are never picking again. So I do like that.
Yep, that's true. That's probably a Chargers win, though.
Greg has selected the Chargers.
Yep.
Indeed.
So here we go. The Apollo game. Steelers, Ravens.
I don't know if
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going
Lamar's
Ravens.
back or not.
Oh, good question. I'll look it up.
Look it up.
I think he probably is this week. I think
he probably is too. I'm going Ravens.
Tight-lipped on Lamar Jackson's
That
availability.
probably means he's back.
that probably means he's not back. Actually,
Yeah, it depends.
they're more likely to. I don't know.
Because they can wait. I think they can wait until like midweek or something, right? To
I mean,
announce.
you guys know my opinion. I think they're bad with or without Lamar. They're obviously better, but like they're still bad even with Lamar. Steelers are playing for a lot more. Ravens have already got their playoff spot.
It's
but
true.
man, our offense is so fucking bad to watch, man.
Yep.
I think we lose this game because of Matt Canada. I'm gonna be honest. I'll take the Ravens.
Yeah. Greg takes the Steelers, and I will take the Ravens.
The Ravens, for the record, do not have to win this game.
No, they're
They do
in.
not.
They're already
They've clinched. Yeah.
I'll roll with the AC and take the Steelers as well.
All right.
I think it's gonna be a close game. But
It will be.
It could be. Yeah.
I think Matt Canada will be the reason we lose.
And because they've clinched, they might not. They might even rest starters. Who knows?
No,
I don't think they will. Not
They're
this
playing
game.
for position. They have to stay ahead of the Chargers.
Bills, Bengals.
Now this is game of the
This is a
week
game.
right here.
It's a tough one.
Bengals
This
have proven they can beat the Chiefs.
I'm taking Bengals.
Potential playoff
Ooh.
preview here.
Yeah.
Yep. Likely playoff preview.
I'm gonna take the
Yeah.
Bills. I'm
gonna
going back
take
to
the
my Bills
Bills.
picking streak.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills as well. But I do think the Bengals can
man.
win this one. It's going to be close. It's going to be good.
I'm also
Good
going
game.
to take the Bills, but yeah,
The Bills
I
have
don't know.
clinched the division. There's no way they're starting.
playing for the
starters
one
in this
seed.
game.
They're playing for the 1 seed. Yeah, they have to stay
want the
ahead of
bye
Kansas
week.
City.
Yeah.
I guess that is true.
And it's there's 2 weeks before playoffs, and I don't think any team wants to
Also,
rest their
like this is a
starters
team
that
you're
long.
going to play again in the playoffs. You want to show that you can beat them. You need to like show up.
Yeah.
Greg has selected the Bengals. I'm gonna roll with him again. I'm just letting him. He's my ride or die for the prime time apparently this week.
Here's a question. So both teams have clinched. So
Yes.
most likely they're both going to be playing an extremely simplified version of their offense so that they don't give anything away. This is going to be a weird game. This might actually be bad.
I mean, they're still playing for the 1 seed.
I mean, the Bengals can actually still get the 1 seed as well.
yeah.
If they win
Because
this
they own
game,
the tiebreaker over the Chiefs.
yeah, if they win this game and then the Chiefs lose, I mean, they're obviously not going to lose this week. But if they lose next week, who do the Chiefs play? Hold on, let's see if the Chiefs have
Raiders
any
and the
chance.
Broncos. Yeah, no thanks. I'm not betting on that.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just saying though, if you got a Bengal beater play, if you're the Bills, I'm not using it now.
Bengals.
You're gonna beat them.
Bengal beater.
Oh yeah, they probably
Bengal
won't do
beater.
any like fancy schmancy stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Who you picking, Rob?
they're gonna try to win.
Best of luck, and thank you to Greg, our assistant coach of the week, for his picks. And if you want to be featured in the assistant coach of the week, make sure you check out our Patreon. Link down below.
Yes.
Patreon.com/3 guys in the bear.
Mhm.
And it's Randy time.
Randy
Randy is taking the Titans, the Cardinals, the Dolphins, the Saints, the
These are all
Colts,
the wrong picks. Oh boy.
the Colts, the Buccaneers,
Wow.
We're going to be
Don't
doing a
bet.
lot of going back down in the opposite direction this
the
week. huh, Randy?
Broncos.
But Randy,
Oh,
don't say
Randy.
that.
Oh boy, the Bears,
Randy,
Oh, my
don't say
God.
elves.
the Commanders,
Okay, finally
I
he got one.
the Texans,
Randy!
Come on.
the
The Raiders.
49ers,
Okay.
Okay,
okay.
thank
the
God.
Jets,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
the
All right.
Vikings,
Okay.
the
No.
Chargers,
No.
the Ravens,
Yeah.
and the Bills.
Wow, he went full upset in the early window and then made everything
a little
normal
more calm
in
at the end.
And
right?
He's gonna have a wild lock.
Randy is locking the Denver Broncos.
Randy!
This would truly be the most incredible lock.
It would be.
It would.
That's got to be one of by metrics. That's got to be one of the boldest locks in podcast history.
It's like the best team versus the worst team.
If it pays off,
but that he might be. What if this is the week that he goes perfect?
It won't be.
That's not gonna
Thanks
happen.
for listening, watching. Thanks. Here's a list of people. Patreon. There you go. And we will see you next week. I'm gonna go get food. Goodbye.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.